alongside Christian Piles. I'm Mark Bader, and Christian, we have an awesome show coming for us. Salsa in the Square, USA versus Cuba. What do you think?
Going to be an amazing match, maybe the best lineup in Beat the Streets history. Team USA versus international powerhouse Cuba. All told, we're going to have across the three styles 22 world and Olympic medals on the stage. 22. The best wrestlers in the world all looking to Times Square tonight. It's a beautiful night. The atmosphere is incredible, and I am so excited for the wrestling we're going to have here.
And like every year, we have this event. We have great wrestlers. We have great atmosphere. And Beat the Streets, an incredible organization, is actually a charity. This is a fundraising event. We're raising money for Beat the Streets New York, a nonprofit organization which helps get youth off the streets and onto wrestling mats.
And nothing is a better teacher than the sport of wrestling, in my opinion. It's made, anyone who's been in the sport knows the values that it instills, and Beat the Streets does a great job taking kids that are maybe at risk or disadvantaged and giving them an opportunity to learn the sport of wrestling and apply the lessons it teaches to life. And it's grown and grown and grown tremendously within the city of New York and around the country. And it's just a tremendous organization to support.
And we had, we started out in 2010. They did it on a U.S. Intrepid, an aircraft carrier. 2011, right here in Duffy Square. 2012, again, right here in Duffy Square in Times Square. 2013, we went to Grand Central Station, the Rumble on the Rails.
Right.
Russia and Iran were there. And last year we had just down the street at a different location, but we're back here at 46th and Broadway, right in the heart of Times Square, the heart of New York City. And let's talk about some of the matchups coming up tonight. An incredible card, probably the best card we've had ever in this event.
Yeah, in my opinion, it probably is. And if you have to pick a marquee match, I don't know if I could do it. I have a hard time doing it. Bader, what's the one match?
I can do it. I can do it. For me, it is Salas versus Herbert. A couple of world silver medalists in the past.
Unreal.
Jake Herbert has been off the competitive mat since 2012 when he wrestled in the Olympics in London. He said, I got surgery. Then he said, we think he retired. All of a sudden, he's back. He comes out in the U.S. Open. He takes out Ed Ruth, the defending world team member. He beats Keith Gavin in the finals. And, it's the Incredible Hulk meets Joe Dirt. That's who we got in Jake Herbert. And then Salas, my gosh, the guy's a monster. And they've got some history.
They have a little bit of history. They've wrestled twice before. Now, you got to go back a little ways, 2010. But when they wrestled, it was all Salas. Herbert, we know he's going to shoot that single leg, but when he was getting in deep, Salas had an answer nearly every time. So you have to wonder what adjustments Jake's going to make. But in my opinion, this is the best best version of Jake Herbert we've seen. He looked excellent at the U.S. Open, but we got to remember Salas was world silver just a year ago. So both these guys still right in the middle of their prime. Going to be a tremendous match. Some other great matches. David Taylor, maybe going to have one of the biggest tests of his entire wrestling career, his international career, maybe aside from Jordan Burroughs, against Ascui of Cuba, a four-time world and Olympic medalist.
And we saw David Taylor here last year wrestle Hassanov from Azerbaijan, who was also a world medalist. Taylor comes out and gets the win. So really, this is the next phase of David Taylor's career. And how will he transition on the international level? We're going to find out, and we'll find out again right here tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out. Ascui, super strong, not going to make a lot of mistakes. Going to wait for David. It's going to be a real contrast of styles because we all know what the Magic Man does. Constant motion, moving all the time, trying to get an angle. Ascui's going to stay at home and try to capitalize on the errant mistake from David Taylor.
And another match I'm really looking forward to, Tony Ramos wrestling Bond from Cuba. These two met at the World Cup, and I don't remember, they just take down. No, Ramos was winning, got caught in a cradle and pinned. And if we know one thing about Tony Ramos, he's gritty. He probably holds grudges.
Yeah.
And he's going to come out looking to get revenge. He doesn't want to overturn and win. He wants revenge.
Vader, you were at the press conference with me. That stare down between those two, the tension you can kind of, the whole press conference, pretty cordial. Everyone's chummy. And then Ramos comes out there, and he gives him the death stare. From the second the guy walks through the door, he's staring him down like Mark Bader. Bader lasts like 5 seconds of Ramos intensity. Coming off a pin just about a month ago at the World Cup, I'm excited to see the adjustments he's going to make. In a match that was, Ramos controlled the pace. He got the push-out points, but one exchange, Vaughn put it away, and it's a great opportunity for Ramos to get some revenge here. Another great match, another big test for Kyle Snyder. You thought Kyle Snyder was tested at the U.S. Open, And well, last year at Beat the Streets against Gonzalez, he beats Jake Varner at the U.S. Open, and now he's got another test with Cortina, currently ranked third in the world, returning bronze medalist. And Cortina is going to be a great test for Snyder. Super strong, really tough guy to score on. And the phenom, Kyle Snyder, someone that a lot of people are really excited to see.
And maybe the most highly talked about match we've seen is going to be, it's not one of the international matches, it's not Cuba versus the United States, it's Alex Derringer taking on Joey Davis. Joey Davis, three-time undefeated Division II NCAA champion. Alex Derringer, two-time undefeated NCAA champion. Two-time NCAA champion, third place as a freshman, maybe one of the best guys in all of college wrestling. Joey Davis, hands down, the best wrestler in all of Division II. And a lot of talk has been, how will he do? How would Joey Davis do at the next level? And we're going to find out here tonight as he takes on a world silver medalist, junior world silver medalist in Alex Derringer.
And the big question is with someone like Joey Davis, it's all speculation because the competition is different. You know, he's wrestling D2 guys, Derringer's wrestling D2, but both guys have been so dominant. Now we get the answer here on the mat in the middle of Times Square. Derringer versus Davis. We're going to put the debate to rest and find out kind of where Joey Davis stacks up against the D1's best.
I'm excited. And just talking to some of these people behind us, you know, they're wrestling fans, and who do you think's going to win? Davis or where is it? When's that match? What's going on? There's a lot of buzz in this, well, it's not an arena, and here in Times Square about Joey Davis and Alex Derringer. I can't wait. A couple other things to talk about. I mean, let's just suck with the staples of Beat the Streets. Right. Brent Metcalf has wrestled at every one of these except for 2012. And he did a great job. Last year he beat returning world bronze medalist Kurban Aliyev of Russia. And he brings heat every time he steps on the mat.
Yeah, everyone loves watching Brent Metcalf wrestle. The intensity he brings, typical Iowa style, pressure, 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 a lot of leg attacks. And the evolution of Brent Metcalf has been tremendous over the years. I mean, he's been out of college for years now, but he keeps getting better. He keeps adding little wrinkles every single year. He'll add a little head pinch. He'll add an extra turn. He'll add another finish to his leg attacks. And if you keep piling on skill after skill after skill, he's turning into a world power, and he's going to have a familiar opponent, someone he faced at the World Cup. He controlled a lot of the match, but it was close pretty early on. We'll see if the gas tank plays a role in this match like it did at the World Cup.
That's funny you say it was close early on. How many times have we seen Brent Metcalf have a match where it was close early on, and then all of a sudden he chips away at his opponent, and in the end, maybe it becomes a little bit more lopsided. He's just never-ending pressure in your face, continuing to march. That's the Brent Metcalf I know.
And you know what's crazy? We went this long. We're 7-8 minutes into this. We haven't mentioned this guy's name.
Who?
Jordan Burroughs.
Oh, my goodness.
Going to be on the mat. Maybe, hey, well, I'm not going to say maybe. In my opinion, the best wrestler on earth, Jordan Burroughs, is going to be on the mat tonight. He's going to close out the whole show. Last match of the evening. And I'm excited to see him. He didn't wrestle at the U.S. Open. We saw him at the World Cup. He notched win number 100. He looked fantastic. And he's hungry for that world championship.
And you talk about Brent Metcalf making incremental improvements in his game. Jordan Burroughs, maybe it's sometimes hard to notice because he just dominates everyone, but he's taking his wrestling to new levels every single time. The guy is phenomenal, and, you know, it's not just doubles. The guy's got singles, he's got reshots, he's got re-attacks, he's got go-behinds. He can put 2, 3, 4 moves together and string it through.
I mean, he's the perfect storm of wrestling. He's got great natural talent and tremendous work ethic and the desire to improve, and you see that in his wrestling, in his improvements. And I'm sure coming off a world bronze, a lot of people are pretty proud of world bronze. For Jordan Burroughs, you know, that's probably not up to par for him, and he's hungry to get back on top and re-cement his status as the best wrestler on earth at any weight.
At any weight. And again, we're here in the center of Times Square, in the center of New York City. Beat the Streets 2015, and you know, it like we said, it is a charity, and you can make a donation.
Yeah.
If you text 313131, you can make a donation. And on Twitter, go #BTSNY, and just get the word out about this. I was talking to Mike Novogratz, chairman of the Beat the Streets, and really a guy who
put it all together
back and puts this all together. They're hoping to raise about $1.5 million at this event. And as you said earlier, this takes troubled youths off the streets, puts them inside of wrestling rooms, and essentially it will end up changing their lives for the better, as we all know what wrestling can do for someone. It teaches you hard work, discipline, respect, laying out, setting out goals and going after them and achieving them. So thanks to Mike Novogratz and everybody who's at home. Please, hit it up. Text 313131. Whatever amounts you want to give. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Tremendous organization. Can't say enough about the organization, the event, everything top-notch across the board, and we're excited to be here. I know I'm thrilled that we're going to call these matches, that we're going to be able to both watch the best wrestling in the world and help an amazing cause. It's in the middle of Times Square. What more can you ask for, Bader?
It's like Christmas. I'm like up, waking up in the morning. Is it here yet? Is it here yet?
Finally.
Finally, it's here. This is it. The stage is set. The mat is laid down. All we got to do is get our wrestlers out here and throw down. And Christian, it's going to be an awesome show. Unbelievable. So 2015, Beat the Streets. It's coming at you right now.
Gentlemen, you are in the start. This is New York, New York at this time. Man responsible, chairman of the board for Fellow Street, New York, Mike Novogratz. Big round of applause, please. My name is Mike Novogratz, and I want to welcome you all to New York City. I've had the privilege of going down to Cuba a few times myself. They got great cigars. They get great mojitos. They have amazing music, and they've got great wrestling. And so I'm thrilled to welcome the Cuban national team here to wrestle us right in Times Square. This is Détente through sports. This is the 6th year Beat the Streets has thrown a live wrestling event 4 times in Times Square. We always get a little nervous, but the gods always smile on us. And so, thanks for no rain. We're getting ready for a great night. But we want to remember that this is about the program and about the kids. And instead of me talking about it, we got a video for you to watch.
Amazing. This is definitely more than just wrestling. It helps part of what happened like for a younger generation. At Beat the Streets, New York City, our goal is to provide every young boy and girl the opportunity to get involved in the sport of wrestling, from kindergarten through 12th grade. What makes Beat the Streets really special is the kids and the coaches. Beat the Streets to me is an avenue to the highest mountains in the venue.
What makes Beat the Streets so special is that it's a family.
We try to support them with training, with structure, with tournaments, equipment for the team. Beat the Streets New York services over 3,000 students, boys and girls.
My youngest son was looking at play soccer for a long time, was looking for the sport. And I said, why don't you try wrestling? I got walking to his gym. And it was awesome.
Beat the Streets New York has a very unique situation. We're really a full partner with the New York City Department of Education.
Wrestling is a sport. It's a good thing about the sport. It doesn't have to be just good words. You see that right here.
We've already got girls that are national champions, Pan Am champions, and so that's exciting.
We now, in 3 short years, put in place over 20 teams, over 300 girls wrestling. And what's unique about our girls' program children here in New York City. It's the only all-girls freestyle program in the country.
It's really, really fun to get on the streets and getting time where we can. What it does is it assures that youth, urban youth, both female and male, have a chance to learn about the sport that teaches you so much about life.
As kids get engaged in the program, they start to realize, wow, I have structure, I have discipline, I know how to work hard, and it's all very applicable to education, it's very applicable to life, it's very applicable to what you do at work in the future, and that skill set is invaluable.
There's no miracles in this sport. You really get out when you put 100%.
All sports teach you life lessons. Wrestling just seems to be one where you get a lot of them, and it's tough life lessons.
And I think kids deserve a chance, but they also deserve to learn the tools on creating their own opportunities.
Fundraising is important to all organizations, and certainly important to the streets.
We know wrestling can grow in New York City. We know we can do more to support our coaches, to support our students if we have more resources.
The Gala creates the excitement that carries over. We make most of our money around the Gala, so every dollar that donors give finds its way directly into the kids. It's important to remember that it's for a cause, and raising money, making sure we hit our budget is wildly important, so run the programs that we want.
We're going to have a bigger, better, more fun event for wrestling and building awareness of Beat the Streets. Make wrestling a reality for thousands of New York City school kids. Donate to Beat the Streets.
Let's step up for the play here, let's get it done. Let's support Beat the Streets, let's support wrestling, let's support New York City.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yoshi Nakamura, fellow board member, is going to tell you how it's easy to give this year.
New York City! How's everybody doing out there? Wrestlers, beat the streets. Thank you everybody for coming out to support the cause. This year we're kicking off a new campaign, Text to Pledge. The number's right there at the top of the screen. You'll see your name scroll across. Why beat the streets? I want to tell a quick story because Beat the Streets is very personal to me. In 1992, my father passed away. He was a storied judo instructor, 8th degree black belt, and our family's life got turned upside down. We had, tough times, didn't have any money, and we struggled. And I remember waking up one night at 2:30 in the morning, and I hear this crying, and I look across the hall, and I see my mom sitting in the bottom of my father's closet going through his old stuff. And she just kept saying, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know how we're going to do this. We had to close our judo school down. I gave her a big hug. I said, Ma, we're going to figure it out. But I really didn't know what to do. Then I got a call not too far after that from Coach Tadaki Hata, who's an Olympic wrestling coach who many people know. And he said, you know what, Yoshi, why don't you try wrestling? It's like judo, it's very similar. And it opened my mind, it opened my world to something that is very similar to what we're trying to give these kids. It helped me become a better student. It helped me become a better athlete. It helped me become a better person. Wrestling is a sport that gives you skills and is a tool that can carve a better path in life. I want to see a show of hands. Who's used wrestling to do better in life? Right? Look at that. We know what the wrestling community can do. We saw what happened when Mike Novo stood up here preaching the Save Olympic Wrestling message. That said, I challenge you, every one of you, take your cell phone out. Get your cell phone out. Text the pledge. Brett Motter, I see you in the stands somewhere. You made a difference in my life. You can still make a difference. Text the pledge. Mark Consuelos is here supporting the cause. He's got his cell phone out. Text the pledge. You can make a difference. Jim O'Donnell, SUNY Hartford, from City. Thank you for the support. Got their phones out. Text the pledge. Guys, we can make a difference. We can help kids carve a better path in life. Let's keep doing good. Let's get the show on the road. And let's fire it up. Thank you very much. Now I'm handing it off to Mando.
You know what time it is. You guys have all been here before. New York, are you ready to rumble? Hold on. I know everybody had a long day at work. We're going to do this again. We're back in Duffy Square. Yeah, we're not down the block. We're in Duffy Square. New York, are you ready to rumble? I think we got some wrestling fans in here. Royce, I see you. 2010, Battle on the Intrepid. 2011, we broke bread in Times Square. 2012, Novo brainchild of the Olympic trials here. And now we're back. But we're back even better because the Viva is in the house. Cuba, who loves cigars and Cuba? Give me some love. Straight from Havana, the Cuban Viva, the band, 17-time Grammy-nominated band. Let's bring in the Viva, straight from Havana. Bring it. The revolution has made it. You love it, live it, it's here. And they're ready to wrestle. They sport 3 Olympic medals. They sport many world titles. The best wrestler in the world, pound for pound, is from Cuba. So if you don't think it's real, it's live at the center of the universe. Love it, Bobby Cinder. Love the Viva. We're going to bring out your team, our team. They're here for the kids. Make sure you text the pledge like Yoshi Nakamura said. Wait, hold on. Let's get a USA chant going. 1, 2, 3. USA, USA, USA. This is our team. Marquee's team. The United States Olympic team. Randi Miller, Lamont, Bronze medalist. Rosemary Flores, Bizek, Clarissa, Chun, Olympic bronze medalist. Helen Maroulis, world medalist. Joey, straight from Compton, Davis. Alex Derringer, cowboy up. Olympic bronze, world bronze medalist. Doug Diggler in the house. Spencer Mango, 5th in the world. Dlagnev. Oh, we got some Iowa boys coming. Tony Ramos in the house. Kyle Snyder just defeated the Olympic gold medalist. Metcalf still ready to hunt. The Magic Man. Oh, Jake the Snake Howard. And all I see is gold. Mustard. Yekelin Stornell. Oh! Now, I'm going to hand it off. 2-time Olympic announcer, the man, the myth, the legend, Ken Berger. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Absolutely. But first, we have to sing the national anthem. And the best Cuban singers in the house. Where's my boy, Mammoth Latino Paz?
Al combate correr vaya veces, que en la patria os contempla orgullosa. escuchar del sonido a las almas valientes correr.
Thank you, Chino. Viva, baby, viva. 16 years old, best sports school in New York City. Gabrielle from Poly Prep, Rose and Blue.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ken Berger, it's your time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to New York City. And now it's time to meet tonight's wrestlers. Let's meet them in our first match. Representing Cuba, 69 kilograms, Yudari Sanchez Rodriguez. She'll be wrestling Randi Miller from the United States of America. And bout number 2, women's freestyle, 60 kilograms. Let's meet Yekelin Stornell Elastigue. She'll be wrestling Rosemary Flores from the United States of America. And bout number 3, representing Cuba at 48 kilograms, Yusneylis Guzman Lopez. She'll be wrestling Clarissa Chun from the United States of America. On bout number 4, at 55 kilograms, for Cuba, it's Yamilka del Valle Alvarez. He'll be wrestling New York Athletic Clubs representing the United States of America, Helen Maroulis. And bout number 5, it will be a special challenge match. We want to meet him. Let's meet him at 74 kilograms. 3-time NCAA champion. He is from Compton, California, Joey Davis. He'll be wrestling 2-time NCAA champion Division I from Oklahoma State, Alex Derringer. And bout number 6, we'll move to 75 kilograms, representing Cuba, Yudari Hernandez Rios. He'll be wrestling from Colorado Springs, Colorado, USA, Andy Bizek. And bout number 7. We'll move to bout number 7, Greco-Roman, 59 kilograms. Representing Cuba, Lamont. He'll be wrestling U.S. Army's world-class athlete from Colorado Springs, Colorado, Spencer Mango. And bout number 8, representing Cuba, at 275 pounds, 125 kilograms, it's Andres Ramos Dinza. He'll be wrestling number 9th ranked heavyweight in the country, in the world, from Columbus, Ohio, Dlagnev. Number 9th in the world. And now let's go to our final match. Three more matches remaining. Bout number 12 at 74 kilograms. It's David Taylor, United States of America, wrestling Levi Lopez Asque from Cuba. And now let's go to bout 13. At 189 pounds, representing Cuba, Reyneris Salas Perez. He'll be wrestling United States of America, Jake Herbert. Our final match at 14th of the evening, representing Cuba at 74 kilograms, Luis Quintana Martinez. He'll be wrestling Olympic champion Jordan Burroughs from Lincoln, Nebraska. Who did I miss? I missed Ramos. Where did I miss him? Let's go back to bout number 9 at 125 kilograms. We'll meet 125-pound wrestlers. 2014 Freestyle World Cup. It's Tony Ramos from the United States of America, wrestling Yoles Bones Rodriguez from Cuba. At bout 10, at 97 kilograms, representing the United States of America, it's Kyle Snyder. He'll be wrestling Javier Cortina La Sera from Cuba. At bout number 11, at 65 kilograms, 143 pounds, from the USA, meet Brett Metcalf. He'll be wrestling Franklin Morain Castillo from Cuba. Those are our lineups, all of our wrestlers. Wrestlers, it's time to clear the mats. We got some serious business to take care of. Our first match begins in 1 minute. Our first match begins in 1 minute.
All right, Christian, so this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. We've got the big stage set, center of Times Square. We've got the introductions out of the way. All we got to do is
she's going to be taking on Yudari Sanchez, only 17 years old. Miller is 31, so 14 years her senior. It's kind of the Cuban women's wrestling program is still very much in its infancy, and that they've seen a lot of progress over the last couple years, and it continues to improve and improve. And this is a great test for Sanchez against a seasoned veteran and an Olympic medalist, Randi Miller.
And Randi Miller really had her comeback party here last year at Beat the Streets, where she had a fantastic win right here on this stage. And man, I specifically remember her getting her opponent in a front headlock and banging the head off the mat like 4 times in a row before she got to go behind. So Randi Miller, a very physical wrestler.
Super physical.
We know that. She's strong, she's tough, and she's good to go.
So we're waiting for him to come up here. We'll be getting started here pretty shortly.
And it's great. You see that green bus in your screen.
It's crazy.
All day long, that's some kind of local tour. I'm sure they take you around New York City in that. And all day long, as soon as we started this, and even before, when we were here before the actual event started, people, what is that mat? What's going on? And then during the youth wrestling, nonstop, people were just waving, taking pictures, yelling at these people. And it's just such a spectacle to do this in Times Square, where literally hundreds of thousands of people walk through on a daily basis, and roping them in left and right. A lot of people just maybe coming home from work or doing whatever. And all of a sudden, they see a fight going on in the middle of the street. They want to check it out, and they want to know what's going on. So they stop by, they watch some matches, and hopefully we make some new wrestling fans today.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, what a better way to expose a lot of people than having it in the center of Times Square, New York City.
I don't know if there is another spot that will draw more attention than this.
No, and not a physical location that I can think of. Just a tremendous
Christian's backyard.
My backyard, close second. Yes, absolutely, near the big lots.
And there you see Sanchez. She is getting ready. And you know what? She's fired up. She's been all smiles, and now Miller steps on the mat. And she is a beast, man.
She is super tough, good,
strong woman.
Absolutely. So that's going to, you know, when you think 17-year-old, you think someone whose strength is not fully developed yet. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So if the strength is a big disparity here, we'll probably notice right away.
Absolutely. We are just about to kick things off our first match of the main card. Here we go. Randi Miller in the red. Yudari Sanchez from Cuba in the blue. And Miller immediately marches forward and establishes mat control. And maybe that's what you're talking about, Christian. Quickly, she's controlling the position. She's keeping herself towards the center of the mat.
Staying nice and low. Great head position. Really just kind of battling. Now 2-on-1 attempt there for Sanchez. And Miller able to get her left hand on that collar tie as Sanchez looks for those wrists again. Now looking front headlock, looking for a dump is Sanchez.
And she's trying to dump. Miller doing a good job keeping her left elbow tight on the head, not allowing that to happen. Right below it dead. We'll come back to the center. 2:26 to go in the first. 0-0. Miller. Sanchez takes a shot. Miller out of the way, pulls her into a front headlock. Sanchez up on her feet.
Nice job by Sanchez recovering there. She got a little extended, kind of an errant shot, but normally you see Miller punish with her front headlock there, but good job by Sanchez recovering there, not giving up the takedown. 2:12 to go here, still scoreless, 2:10. Neither wrestler been warned for passivity as of yet.
I believe they just warned Sanchez, actually.
Just kidding. That's why Bader's here.
That's right. And Sanchez takes another half shot. Can't get to it. Miller just great position. Burying her head in the side of the face of Sanchez. Really just controlling, like I said, the center of the mat. And now Sanchez finally makes her way back into the center. But a nice underhook by Miller, cleared by Sanchez, who digs for an underhook of their own. They're really pummeling back and forth for position here. We could see another passive call.
And they're going to hit Sanchez again. This is one of the differences in freestyle. Sanchez maybe has taken more shots, but it's about controlling the center mat, controlling the positions. That's what Miller has been able to do, and that's why Sanchez now going to go on the shot clock, 30 seconds, and she'll have 30 to score, or she'll give a point up to Randi Miller.
And we are halfway through the first 0-0. We will have a point on the board one way or the other at the 1 minute mark between Miller and Sanchez. Miller pulls her down in that front head position. She could be looking for a push out. And there it is. It'll be 1 point push out for Randi Miller. 1:19 to go. Shot clock's going to be stopped now. They turn it off.
Great position there again for Miller. She's been controlling positions so far in this first period as she gets to her inside control. She's had great head position the entire time. And with 1:09 to go, she'll look to build on her lead. Sanchez is going to have to try to find an answer in the ties here if she wants to combat Randi Miller.
Over the top, looked like Sanchez was trying to go for a throw. She's got a deep underhook on the right side. Now they're going passive Miller, and that'll be confirmed. First one against Randi Miller, and she is kind of dipping her head and just keeping it in the way. And that's what the referee wanted her to stop doing. Now we see classic Randi Miller back with a front headlock, bounce that head, circle, and score. Excuse me, she just circled. She's got a rear standing, no points yet. Trying to get that knee down. And it does. The knee breaks, hits the mat, so it's going to be 2-point takedown for Randi Miller. She now leads 3-0 with 35 seconds to go here in period number 1.
Great job by Miller getting to that front headlock. Good snap, bounced that head right off the mat, found the angle, and a nice finish off of that tripod there. Now extending her lead 3-0, 27 seconds to go here in the opening period for Randi Miller. And the United States could be off to a nice start here in the first match of the event.
So 3-0, 15 seconds from the break for Miller. She's got a nice underhook. And Sanchez tried to throw a headlock, missed it, but Miller didn't jump on top. No slipping again. Front headlock, bang the head, circle, and score. It's going to be 5-0 Randi Miller at the break. And, you know, I think experience and physical maturity are playing a big role in this one.
Absolutely a factor here. Great experience for Sanchez, just getting to feel, you know, literally one of the best female wrestlers in the world, getting to feel that pressure, get to feel that hand fighting. So she stayed in there and battled. She's been super aggressive. Sanchez just coming up short and giving up that takedown late. Those can be a killer. Those points at the ends of periods there.
No chance for the escape.
Yeah, no chance for the escape, yeah. Wrong style, Bader.
I can't. 5-0, Randi Miller with the lead, 3 minutes on the clock, and we are back underway here. Start of the second period. USA versus Cuba. This is the Salsa in the Square. No almost said I went to McDonald's. Miller again bounces, pulls ahead, bounces in. Sanchez trying to stay square. She's keeping that right hip down. She doesn't want Miller to score, but her will is imposed. Randi Miller puts 2 more on the board, make it 7-0, 25 seconds into the period.
And we're seeing more of the same from Miller here. Able to get to that front headlock, find the angle, and finish once more. So 2:26 to go. We'll see. Miller's going to continue to bring more of the same pressure.
And she's got her towards the edge. Matches an angle. No, she had her cradle. I thought she's going to circle around. Another go behind for Randi Miller, and she will take this one. Final score, 11-0. Randi Miller starts it off with a win for Team United States.
Great start for Team USA, and Miller did her job there. You know, when you have that kind of experience and the obvious strength and experience advantage, Miller did her job. A lot of takedowns there, and showing you why she's, you know, one of the best female wrestlers in our country.
Yep, and in the world. You know, she's trying to get back on that stage and make some noise and bring home another world medal.
So we're coming up at one of the many Beat the Street success stories. Rosemary Flores is a product of the Beat the Streets program, and she's a WCWA All-American, and now she's going to take her spot on the big stage, still very young, only 20 years old. She's going to be taking on Yekelin Stornell Elastigue. So kind of a contrast, whereas the first match, you know, we had 31-year-old Miller, 17-year-old Sanchez. Now we got 31-year-old Stornell against this 20-year-old Flores.
Representing Cuba,
should be a great one here, and an opportunity for the Beat the Street fans to showcase one of their athletes.
Absolutely. We were at a dinner last night that Mike Novogratz put on with all the athletes, and Rosemary Flores actually interpreted all the English to Spanish for all the Cuban in attendance. So, bilingual. Here we go, 3 minutes on the clock. This one is underway at 60 kilograms, 132 pounds. And a shot from the outside. Beautiful double by Stornell. And she plants Rosemary Flores on the mat, picks up 2 points, and ignites the Cuban team, who is about 4 feet to our left, Christian.
Yeah, the corner,
and
nice.
She's going to get another 2, make it 4. She's going to do it again. It'll be 6. No, that was hand-to-hand. That's going to be 1, so it's 5-0. Rosemary almost steps over, does give up nothing there.
And now she's got that arm. They'll look to square up here, maybe get out of danger for the time being. They'll put him back up.
For a moment, I thought she might be trying an arm throw.
Yeah.
But they'll take it back to the center with 2:18 to go in the first. 5-0, Cuba with the lead. And they just said Rosemary Flores, the first Beat the Streets athlete to win a national title. So that's that's incredible. That really says something about what this program is doing, has done, where it came from, and what it means to these people today.
Stutter fake from Flores, trying to open up Stornell. Head tap fake from Stornell, trying to probably get back to that double leg.
Look for that outside shot again. It was, shooting from space, and I mean, she picked Flores up and lifted her right up to her feet and blew right through her. So we'll see if she can get to that again. Flores has been able to counter since. Another shot from the outside. She's to the legs, and they're going to give 2. Yes, thought potentially 4, but the back not exposed. So 7-0 now. Yekelin Stornell with the lead. They slip out of bounds. We'll take it back to the center with 1:11 to go.
Another great shot from Stornell. Quick finish. And she's really built quite a lead. Those guts and those takedowns. 7-0 lead here. And Flores got to start thinking, what adjustments do I need to make to get myself back in this match?
Well, and similar, as you said, to our last match, just reverse the countries, age and physical maturity could be playing a difference here. The technical experience and the physical maturity that Stornell has.
No question about it. 40 seconds to go. Another double from space. This time Flores ready, but may give up the push out.
Nothing yet. Oh, and a great job. Stornell reached down, picked up the leg. And she got 2. It's going to be 9-0. I thought she might get the turn, and now she will. She's going to get 2 more, and that's going to be a tech fall. It will be 11-0. Your winner, Yekelin Stornell of Cuba. Final score, 11-0.
So 2 matches, and we're seeing experience paying off for both athletes, and it's 1 apiece, Cuba against the United States, as Cuba gets on the board here with that win by Stornell.
Go will be seen at 1 a.m. NBC Sports Network. Going to be an early one.
So with that, it was Yekelin Stornell with an 11-0 win. Great job. I mean, she looked phenomenal, and we're going to have another women's match coming here shortly to you. It's going to be between Clarissa Chun and
Yusneylis
Guzman from Cuba. And let's talk about Clarissa Chun for a second. She has been one of the top women in the United States for quite some time. She was on the 2008 Olympic team. She earned a bronze medal in 2012, so a 2-time Olympian, and one hell of a great wrestler.
Yeah, she's tremendous. One of the best technicians we have in our country. And
she now is she has made the travel from Missouri, where she was at. Now she's down in West Virginia with Sammy Henson, the bull trained. And I tell you, if you're a lightweight, which of course she is, why not go train with Sammy Henson? I mean, that guy is a hammer.
Yeah, you see the constant, uptick for any guy that Sammy gets his hands on. You're seeing that improvement there, and we've seen it at the collegiate level, and we've seen Clarissa Chun wrestling at an extremely high level as well.
Yeah, can't wait to see it. And like we said, all of these matches are going to be great matches today. We've got, how many in total, Christian?
I have no idea.
14, I believe.
14 or 15. 14.
14, unless they change something. So we're going to close it out, as we said earlier, with the man himself, the guy I refer to as champ. A little guy named Jordan Burroughs, 3-time world and Olympic champion, Christian.
That is right. Best in the world. He's just coming off a world bronze medal.
And he's
in Tashkent.
Taking on Luis Esteban, and they've met before, and I'm guessing Jordan won.
If they've met before, it's pretty safe to say that Burroughs won, but they have not actually wrestled before.
But I said if.
Right. Okay.
When I make mistakes, I just lie and act like I didn't say that.
It's gotten us this far, right?
Learned it from jail. All right. I just look around and I see, I mean, how many video screens do you think there are here in Times Square? 50?
I don't know. Yeah, at least.
You said it before. If you're epileptic, don't come here. Because honestly, there are flashing lights, flashing signs, blinking. You got the NASDAQ ticker, you got the news ticker, you got, I mean.
It's sensory overload for sure here in the middle of Times Square.
Wow.
And that's without the wrestling.
Right? I think I'm just now noticing it because we have a short break here. And I'm looking around at all these screens and all these tall buildings and just thinking, this place is amazing.
It's incredible. Nothing like New York City.
Nothing like New York City. And I'll tell you, I love this place. Every time I come to New York, I have a great time. The energy here is phenomenal. The people are pretty friendly. You know, the guy that
they
sold
get a bad rap.
The guy that sold his pizza today was kind of rude.
Well, I think he was just a little skeptical of you, Vader.
Yeah, why? I didn't do anything.
I don't know. Just your general way about
I don't even have long, scraggly hair anymore.
You fit a stereotype. It's getting there.
I just cut it.
Yeah, but, I mean, a haircut for you is, it's getting a little unruly.
It's bi-yearly.
Your bi-yearly?
Maybe tri-yearly. Yeah, every once in a while. And, as we peek around here, we just see all kinds of stars in the audience. Of course, Mike Novogratz.
Mark Consuelos. Who is Kelly Ripa's husband, I believe.
Oh, I've heard that she's,
What have you heard?
That she's big into wrestling. I think she mentioned it on the show one time.
I think her son wrestles. I got a little glance in.
And Henzo Gracie's in the crowd. 2 minutes, we're going to go. Royce Allerger's in the crowd. I mean, it's a who's who of wrestling people. Tom Hanks is over there. Now I'm just making stuff up. Tom Cruise.
I think that's Barack Obama in the third row. He couldn't get front row.
You got it. But, you know, in the past, greats like Ashton Kutcher's been here. You've had
Dana White. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I wonder if Neil deGrasse Tyson's here, because Zeb interviewed him last year.
I know.
If you haven't seen the Neil deGrasse Tyson interview, if you don't know who he is, he's a famous astrophysicist who takes complicated things and somehow twists them in the words that regular, normal
Makes
people
sense
like us
to the layperson, yes.
Can understand. And he was here, and Zeb interviewed him afterwards. He said he lives in Manhattan. He wrestled at Harvard.
Never heard of it.
And he wants to invent a move called the title lock, which I'm not good at explaining the things like he is, but basically the Earth's gravity title lock the moon or something, and I just am now rambling and not making any sense.
Yeah.
He wanted to make up a move
It's a
that
great
basically incorporates astrophysics.
Okay.
Physics.
Well, hey, dare to dream, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I honestly had never heard of him.
in the crowd, all kinds of national champs. Jordan Burroughs is here.
Brad
David
Pitt.
Taylor's. Brad Pitt. And look at that shot. Just look at all the people. It is swelling. An hour ago, the left and right sides of the mat, you literally can't walk through there. There's no room. Maybe at the very back, but there's people everywhere. And, you know, we said it before, people just walk by and they stop and they're going to get hooked. We talked to some people, maybe 2-3 hours ago as this mat was set up and they were getting things ready. And then, what's going on? Probably a dozen people.
People asking us all day long what's going to happen here.
And quite a few of them said, no way, Cuba versus U.S. wrestling? Like, real wrestling? Yeah. What time? All right, I'm coming back. I'm going to be here.
And I think they did, because there's people, I don't know, 8-10 rows deep here.
And Clarissa, she's on the Sammy Henson lifting plan, too, man. She has put on a little bit of, muscle. She is.
Yeah, looking stout. For 105.5 pounds. A lot of muscle packed in there. We are underway here. 48 kilograms.
Clarissa Chun in the red. Guzman in the blue. Beat the streets. Salsa in the square. United States versus Cuba. And an overcollar shrug early for a pretty active Clarissa Chun early on here. Both girls staying really low.
Yeah, looking for that pass by early was Chun.
Clarissa going with the purple hair tie. Guzman going with pink.
Important decisions and important observation there, baby.
Thank you. Oh, she runs the high single. Nice snatch. She plants Guzman on her butt. Guzman, though, defending. Nice job. Very flexible. Almost going splits. And I, for a second, thought she was going to... Oh! Thought she was going to get it. She's going to get two. Clarissa throws a boot in on the right side. Readjusts her lock. Going high gut here. Driving. Takes Guzman through again. It's going to be another two.
Great start for Clarissa Chun.
And
not
another
done
two.
yet.
Chun rocking and rolling here. 1 minute in. She's up 6-0. Referee's going to blow that one dead. Put them back up on their feet. 2:01 on the clock.
And that's the danger when you get taken down by Clarissa Chun. Such a tough top wrestler in the parterre position. Able to show, her gut wrench there, getting 2 turns there, and just like that, it's 6-0. Hard clubs there from Guzman, trying to maybe pick up the physicality a little bit there, get to her collar tie.
Clarissa just keep a really good position. She stays where she needs to be. She's not coming out of her stance, and she is tough. Of course, we've got a very tough 48 kilos in this country, and you think about Alyssa Lampy, Victoria Anthony, just some real hammers.
That's some serious depth there. Tied up here. Battling in the ties. Underhook right side there for Chun.
1:05 on the clock. Chun looks for an ankle pick. Misses it. There's an overcollar shrug. Foot sweep attempt, too.
Chun been pulling on that head a lot. We'll see if that starts to end up impacting Guzman and her positioning here. 50 seconds to go in the first period.
So 6-0 a takedown. 2 gut wrenches for Clarissa Chun. Action has slowed down a little bit since then. And Clarissa peeks at the clock, sees there's 40. I feel like she's going to give one more solid attack and try to put 2 more on the board, if not 4 more. Right before the period, she's going to pull that head down. Hands aren't locked. Gets an angle, transitions to the leg. Guzman, nice job. defends it, and I tell you, Guzman's got some muscle on hers as well.
No question. Both these athletes with tremendous strength.
15 on the clock now, time winding down. And clouds rolling in with a gust of wind. Let's keep our fingers crossed. From the south, heading this way to the north.
That'll do it for the first period. 6-0 lead for Clarissa Chun. That high single got the finish, 2 guts, and that's been the difference here. As not a lot of action apart from that exchange.
There's Enzo Gracie. I don't know if you see right in the middle of your screen, standing up. Down there from the Gracie Academy, the famed Gracie family. Also see Olympian Andy Robat in the crowd. And I thought I heard, unless I dreamt this, that Royce Gracie was actually going to be here too. Royce Gracie, of course, the original UFC champion, essentially. Well, not the first, but the first long-standing.
First class there.
And we come back to the second period. Chun circling behind here. And she's looking to get 2, maybe thinking of a way to put her on her back. Guzman, though, has other plans. She has defended this. Cups the chin, and they're out of the tie. 20 seconds down here in period 2. 6-0. Clarissa Chun with the lead. They get back into a collar tie.
Elbow control left side for Chun.
Oh, good level change, but I believe it was the position of Guzman which allowed her to not get down on level change and penetrate through. So really, pace has slowed down a little bit since that early in the first period.
I would say a lot of it.
We've wrestled 3 minutes, haven't had a score. Clarissa attacks again. Guzman defends.
Underhook left side there for Guzman. See what she can get to the legs once. She hasn't really had an offensive attack of her own as of yet.
So, but just about halfway through period number 2. And Chun and Guzman knotted this period anyways. 6-0, Clarissa winning. This, our third bout out of 14. And now Guzman gets in on the leg, head inside single. She's circling the corner, good hips, and squaring up as Clarissa Chun. For a moment, I thought Guzman was going to pop those hips in and score, but now Chun looking for a counterattack. She's all the way behind. She needs to get that grip broken of Guzman's with 1 minute to go. And she circles. Like Guzman.
She was in a really tough spot there, finding a way to score. A testament to her will there.
I went back and forth. I thought Clarissa was going to score, then I thought Guzman was going to score, then I thought Clarissa was going to score, and then Guzman actually did score, of course. And another counterattack for Clarissa Chun. She stops the shot, circles behind, puts 2 more on the board with 15 seconds to go. She's up by 6. The score is 8-2.
And just like that, she gets right back to the leg again. But just 8 seconds to go here. 7, excuse me. So Guzman going to need something big.
Guzman takes a shot off the whistle. Clarissa counters, and she's going to end up, as time ticks out, your winner from the United States, Clarissa Chun. Final score 8-2. The United States takes 2 of the first 3 matches. And Chun, your winner here at 48 kilograms.
Impressive performance from Clarissa, looking really solid. Really in all positions. She lost the 1 scramble, which was one of the best scrambles we've seen so far. But great wrestling from both of them. And we'll move on to the last women's match of the evening here, as Helen Maroulis going to look to continue her hot streak going. She went unscored upon in the U.S. Open.
Really?
Vortex, 41 points for her, 0 for her opponent. So tremendous performance by her there, and there's little to suggest that's going to change here. These two have wrestled twice before, and guess what? Maroulis blanked her twice, 10-0 and 10-0. So she's going to be the big favorite here.
And, one thing about the U.S. Open for Helen Maroulis was she avenged a big, big loss there in the finals of the U.S. Open to Kelsey Campbell, who beat her for the 2012 Olympic spot.
Wow.
So, I'm sure that's been bothering her ever since, I believe that was April of 2012. Here we are 3 years later, and she finally got the opportunity to avenge that loss. They wrestled at 59 kilos at the U.S. Open. It was 55, of course, at 2012 at the Olympic weight.
Yep. And Helen, one of the best women's wrestlers in the country. Of course, you got Adeline Gray, Elena Kurytskova, and Helen kind of leading the charge for Team USA. And she's as slick as they come on her feet. Got a lot of attacks, a lot of holds, some unique finishes. I remember you called her, I think, bronze medal match at Tashkent, man. She had one of the nastiest finishes to a single leg I've ever seen. It was like a funky back trip. I don't know if you remember that, Bader.
I remember everything, Christian.
Yes.
You know that.
Yeah, I do.
Christian, did these two ever wrestle? Bader, you called the match.
Yeah, that literally happens all the time.
You call a lot of matches.
I know you do. I know.
But the thing I like about Helen, I mean, I really got to see her wrestle a lot more in 2011, the first time I went to the Worlds. She was there, and I just remember thinking, this girl will just attack, and she's going to go single. If that doesn't work, she's going to get that trip. If that doesn't work, she's going to go for a headline. If that doesn't work, she's going to try to throw you. I mean, she will just throw the kitchen sink at you, and then some.
And then some, yeah, for sure.
Representing Cuba, let's meet Yamilka del Valle Alvarez.
So Yamilka del Valle Alvarez,
representing the United States of America,
right there on your screen,
number 2 at 55 kilograms in the world, Helen Maroulis.
Maroulis steps up on the other mat.
I smell Italian food, Bader. I'm getting distracted here.
Well, there's Sabaros like everywhere.
Gonna get me a New York slice.
We had New York slices for lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Where you been?
It was delicious.
Here we go. We are getting ready, underway, 55 kilograms. Helen Maroulis for the United States. Yamilka del Valle Alvarez for Cuba.
I dig that pronunciation, Cuba.
Cuba. Maroulis in the red.
Oh, looking headlock early.
Oh, and Helen had a rear stand. This looks to be a physical match.
Very physical.
They are banging heads. They are scrapping here just in the first 15 seconds of this bout. Heavy hands
and if I'm Alvarez, you got nothing to lose here.
Yeah, it looked like Helen's. Like,
that's the risk
on the mat.
That's the risk you run. Oh, I see it. There it goes. It just blew off. R.I.P. Fair.
35 seconds down, Chun. Maroulis looked like she was looking for a push out. Her opponent, nice job circling, staying in bounds. She is going to give up, though, the first passive call. 48 seconds in.
Looks in a collar tie here. Going to look to improve their positioning. Helen kind of burying her head. Looks maybe high crotch, maybe looking for a fireman's. Couldn't quite tell there for Helen. Minute 52 to go. We're still scoreless.
Both girls kind of trying to work on single grab, but I think that was accidental. But no points here as we've got a minute 40 to go in period number 1. Both girls keeping good head position, resulting in a bunch of headbutts. Not like
dirty.
Dirty headbutts. What are they going to call? They are going to give 2 on that. We got a white paddle and we got 2, so 2 confirmed.
And of course, the judge was saying it could be a slip throw, but they're going to call that more of a bail. Helen kind of dominated positionally, and she was just bailing out, trying anything to avoid giving up a takedown. And Helen strikes first, 2-0 lead for her. And she's really controlled the pace, even though Alvarez has been fairly aggressive throughout.
Maroulis stutters, gets her off balance a little bit, though she recovers. 1 minute to go in the first. She grabbed the singlet again. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but nice defense by Maroulis. Get out of here. You got to be kidding me. Maroulis in on the shot. Trying to lift her through.
And the Cuban coaches want her to try to go look for exposure here, but she's not going to get it.
Great job finishing by Helen Maroulis. Great job countering, first of all, the initial attack. and she goes forearm to the back of the head, and she's going to go inside out step here. Oh, I thought she was going to try to bow and arrow that. 4-0. Maroulis with the lead, 20 to go in the first.
Ooh, look at foot sweep there.
Over collar shrug to the foot sweep. She tries to try that, as does Elena Pierskova. Of course, they train together in Southern California with Valentin Kalika.
It's a good first period for Helen Maroulis, but I've been impressed with Alvarez, her aggression. She's been looking to score. She got to that single leg, got to be a little bit frustrated. You get in on a nice attack, only to get countered beautifully by Maroulis.
Yeah, no, Helen did a phenomenal job with the defense, and like we said, to avoid that initial attack and to turn it into your own offense. The whereabouts to be able to just basically turn that situation around and put it into her favor.
And underway here in the second, 4-0 lead for Helen Maroulis, USA.
And Alvarez is going to be looking for that inside trip. She's looking for it several times. She's got Helen's hair in her hand.
And there it goes.
Helen looking to dump. Nice counter by her Cuban opponent. .25 to go in this bout. Helen controlling the underhook, controls the head now, tried to pull it down. Alvarez able to slip out. Swats at him. And she tries an inside trip, but Helen's going to catch the leg and drive through. And they will award the takedown. 6-0 Helen Maroulis. And now she reaches back, picks up that foot. Drops the foot. And we're going to go back to the center. 6-0, just under 2 minutes of time on the clock. Underhook up, she's thinking headlock. Trying to go big, she hasn't been able to find a traditional leg attack, so why not? You're down by 6. Give it a whirl.
Stutter fakes there from Maroulis, and she grabs the hair again, and Helen gives a little bit of frustration there. A little extracurricular activity. Handshake, good sportsmanship. Club and a shot.
Oh, beautiful job. Opposite side sweep single. Straight up dirt. That was amazing. Helen Maroulis, timing, execution, level change, opposite direction, swung around the corner. Just like that, very fast.
Single legs don't get any prettier than that.
No, they really, I mean, that is textbook. She tries to go for it again, but her hand was tied up.
So a minute to go. A takedown would ice this for Helen. She'd win by technical fall. Another single leg there. And looking go behind, and there it is, 10-0 tech. Helen Maroulis gonna get the technical fall here, 10-0.
Maroulis from Rockville, Maryland, representing Sunkist Kids.
You got to respect the effort of Alvarez. Really looking to score a lot of the match, just coming up short.
Yeah.
It speaks to the level that Helen's wrestling at right now. And you got to feel good about Helen going into World Team Trials and then potentially going into the World Championships.
I mean, she's the heavy favorite at this weight, no
Has
doubt about it.
Has to be a heavy favorite. She made a statement at the U.S. Open, made another statement here. She's gone her last 5 matches at least, not getting scored on. And
shoot. We got a big one coming
I thought
up.
we were going to use the bleep button on you, Bader.
I said shoot.
I know.
Almost.
You held the SH a second too long, and it got me nervous.
Sure,
I'm
senor.
sweating.
No problemo.
Yeah.
Ms. Rain.
What's coming up next?
We've got Joey Davis, Alex Deringer, special challenge match, and just the 5th out of 14 bouts, but what some people are calling their most anticipated one, because we just don't know what's going to happen. The Iceman, Joey Davis, the Cowboy, Alex Derringer, two-time NCAA champ for Oklahoma State. Joey Davis, three-time NCAA champion for Cornell College, 110-0.
Notre Dame College, right?
What'd I say?
I thought you said Cornell.
If I did, I didn't. Back to the whole
there you go.
lie
Yeah,
and make a mistake.
Just deny it.
No, Notre Dame College, thank you. And I mean, there's been talk about Joey Davis ever since he decided to go wrestle at the Division II level, and then he won as an undefeated as a freshman. So I wonder how he would do at the Division I level, and then I think we all agree he would be very competitive. He would be very successful. Exactly how successful, we don't know. He probably thinks he would do the exact same.
But you just never know. But the thing is, Joey's got some big D1 wins. You know, he's beaten a Tyler Wilkes, a guy we saw in the national finals. So that was a year or two ago. It wasn't this season, but Joey has proven he can beat not just D2 guys, but he can beat some of the best D1 guys. And there's no question, just because he wrestled in D2 doesn't mean he's not a D1 talent. He's a D1 talent and then some. I have no doubt that he would do excellently if he were there. But he has got his hands full, in my opinion, with Alex Derringer, two-time NCAA champion, junior world silver medalist. You know, really went completely unchallenged this year in a pretty deep 165-pound weight class. He just, no one was even close to not just winning, scoring. He just doesn't, his positioning is so excellent. His attacks are so safe. He's so strong. And I'm excited to see what Davis's game plan is. How do you open up someone like Derringer? As a fan, this is a match a lot of people have been asking me about. I think this is one of the most anticipated matches, even though it's not a USA versus Cuba match.
No, without a doubt. And there we see Derringer steps up onto the stage, the Iceman right behind him on the opposite side. And Joey Davis got the lines in his hand, on the side of his head. I love it.
He's got that flavor.
He looks sharp, man. Here we go. We're going to do it. Joey Davis in the blue, Alex Derringer in the red. Oh,
hard clubs. And Davis is super physical, hard hand fighter. He likes to use clubs to set up his double or his single leg. He'll like to shoot a single to Derringer's back leg.
The referee already doesn't want the, he said they're being a little too
physical. Nip it in the bud. Nipping it in the bud.
It's wrestling.
And Derringer competed at 165, Davis at 184 this year. So Derringer going to be maybe giving up a little bit of size.
I tell you, Alex Derringer, a big 65-pounder this year. He probably could have wrestled 74. Yeah. Of course, 57 the year prior.
Ooh, man, was he ever a big 57-pounder? Hard to believe he
40 seconds in, nothing going here. A couple outside stutters, I should say, for Joey Davis. And a couple of heavy clubs by both of them. The referee put a kibosh on that. Davis looking to step back, stutter, and go. He stuttered several times. Once he does go, it should be interesting to see how that happens. Derringer in the ties now, probably where he wants to be. Set things up, move Davis around a little bit, get his hands on him.
Yeah, and Davis doesn't back up to avoid action. That's where he gets a lot of his setups. He likes to work and use his speed, use his fakes, get to that double, get to that single. As they're going to warn Joey Davis for passivity.
No, he's on.
He's on the clock.
He's on 30-second shot clock.
I'm slipping on these passivity.
Yeah, that's okay. Just don't blink.
I got to snap out of it.
Derringer just holding good position now. Knows that's all he really has to do.
Feel good. Take a shot. Movement. Take a shot. Yeah.
A little bit of a slower pace here.
Yeah, much.
And I wonder if these guys are just kind of
wondering
what the other one's going to feel like. Shot clock just started.
It'll be about a 40-second shot clock for Davis, so he's going to have extra time. Derringer not really, I think he's kind of content to work for this shot clock point. I don't know how hard he's working for an actual score right now.
I don't think he is right now. I mean, he's working for the score by being defensive and fending Davis off the clock. He attacks right at the end. But it's going to be shot clock violation. 1 point, Alex Derringer. 1:05 to go here in period number 1. Joey Davis and Alex Derringer beat the streets 2015 live here. Times Square.
Hey, you got 50.
5 titles? Is that right, between the two of them?
That's correct. 5 NCAA titles, both coming off undefeated years, of course. Joey Davis never lost at the Division II level.
Derringer fires off an attack. Davis, good position, keeps him off.
Davis doing a great job keeping Deringer at bay. He's got a lot of ways to get to the legs, but so far Davis defensively doing a great job. But he's got to figure out a way to get to his own offense. He's been doing well defensively, in my opinion, as they're going to warn Deringer for passivity.
First one against Alex Deringer, 16 seconds to go in the first. 10 to go. Deringer peeked at the clock, and I think we're going to have a one. Oh, Deringer fires off an attack late, and again, two solid attack attempts, I should say, by Alex Deringer. And Davis keeping good position in the way of both of them.
And Joey Davis keeping it 100 with his socks. Check out those socks, Bader. Are you familiar with the
Nightly
the phrases of youth?
Keeping it 100.
Yeah. Are you
the Nightly
with
Show.
The Nightly Show.
It's right after the Daily Show.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
You heard of the Daily Show?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Well, and then there was the Colbert Report.
I'm familiar.
Well, Colbert's gone, and there's now the Nightly Show.
Oh.
And the host says keeping it 100. Sock game, advantage, Iceman.
Yeah. Winner technical fall in the sock game. Elbow control there from Deringer. He's got a great fireman's carry.
He tries to go opposite side sweep, but again, the head of Joey Davis in the way.
Here. And a shot clock point here puts Joey Davis in the lead.
Yep, and then compromises your earlier prediction.
Yes, it does.
And now Deringer is going to start attacking. He's going to open up a little bit, and Joey Davis is the one who can take his foot off the gas a little bit, slow down, and get into defensive mode, which looks like he is with that underhook. Deringer again trying to attack it. Deringer! Oh, he's forced to open up. Alex Deringer does, and he's going to score a takedown and go up 3-0 now with a minute 52 to go in the match. And trying to go to work on top. He peeks at the clock. They're going to put them back up on their feet.
Nice takedown. Good pressure, great positioning from Deringer, able to get that a big takedown, and really it's a huge swing because he's a couple seconds away from trailing, and just like that, 3-point lead in a match that's gone this way. Oh, look at throw by.
And I was just going to say it's going to force Joey Davis to open up. He does, and it works against him. Deringer rocks up a trapped arm gut, and he's going to take him back over. They got 7, 9, and this, if he can do it one more time, excuse me, it's only 7.
And I felt like,
no, it is 9. It just took a second to get on the board. They had to get it all confirmed. So 9-0. Alex Deringer with the lead. Joey Davis going to need to get something going on here in the last minute 15. So, the top, bottom, the freestyle maybe being a big difference, deciding factor, I guess, in this bout. And Alex Deringer again gets to the leg, and he's going to look to finish this. Good defense by Davis. Deringer going to be content to hang on here. Davis, can he find a score through here? Davis moving. Nah,
Deringer just wants to hang on there, and yes, does. Gets stalemated, 9-0 the score.
So under a minute, 49 seconds on the clock. Deringer, does he continue to attack? Does he kind of hang tight?
40 on the clock here. And Davis just hadn't been able to get to legs. I thought he might be able to, but that just speaks to Deringer's positioning. Just a tough guy to open up. You see Deringer take a look at the clock, and I think he's probably just going to
hold position, be smart. So 15 seconds to go. And can he find a score here late for the tech fall? Davis, good job staying square.
And Deringer just going to disengage here. And it's going to be a 9-0 final. Alex Deringer going to take it. So, in my opinion, great performance by Deringer. But honestly, Davis impressed me defensively. Would have liked to see him get a couple of attacks off. But, you come away kind of impressed with both guys.
Hey, a hard-fought match. Give it up to both guys for putting it on the line and coming out here and doing it.
Yeah.
And really, thank you, because you gave us what we've been wanting. A showdown between two of the best college wrestlers in the nation.
Yep, 100%. It was a great matchup, and you get an answer to a question. And I would like to see personally.
Folk style.
I would like to see Joey Davis do some more freestyle. I want to see him you know, the U.S. Open. I want to see him at junior trials and stuff like. Because he would knock off some tough kids, given the opportunity. But you know, he hasn't wrestled freestyle, I don't think, since 2013. So
well, and that was the difference in this match. I mean, one takedown and a bunch of turns.
Yeah.
Or did Daringer get
2 takedowns for Daringer, but yeah, I think experience mattered there.
And so let's just remember, we are here at Beat the Streets, and it's all for a good cause. We urge you to help out this great organization, and you can text to pledge any amount you want, 313131. Again, text 313131. Make a donation and help out Beat the Streets New York. Another bout coming up. We're going to go move. So we're going to stop grabbing legs. We're going to start throwing people on their heads. We're going to have 2 Greco matches. We're going to see Andy Bizek from the United States take on Hernandez from Cuba. And then after that, we're going to have Spencer Mango taking on Anache Lamont from Cuba, whom beat Spencer Mango at the Pan Am Championships earlier this year, I believe, in Santiago, Chile.
Yes, that is a fact. That's where they lost, so a lot of familiarity there, but we're coming on the mat here, 75 kilograms, probably the best Greco wrestler in the United States, Andy Bizek.
Bizek, bronze medal at the World Championships last year out in Tashkent, and of course, sports that epic mustache, and the people of Uzbekistan, the Uzbeks, I guess, dubbed him the Cowboy. Because they think he looks like a cowboy. Obviously, cowboys have mustaches.
Clearly.
So, Andy Bizek, the Cowboy, up on the map for the United States. Hernandez for Cuba. And Bizek, you know, broke a bad streak for the United States last summer, late summer, I guess, by earning that bronze medal, the first bronze medal in quite some time.
First medal since 2009. Tremil Byers, our last medal there, and he was bronze, I believe. He's super fundamental, amazing on top, great gut wrenches. I mean, if he gets on top, there's a chance he just ends it right there with 1 takedown, and just getting an opportunity on top is what Bizek's going to look for. And they're going to warn Hernandez for passivity. And another one of those, and Bizek will get his choice. And I don't think they maybe
There we go, double unders for Hernandez, looking to throw, tries to throw the armbar and get behind him. Hernandez standing straight up, Bizek backing out a little bit, trying to keep his hips in position at the same time. Now they're going to go passive red. Nothing going there. It looked like Hernandez was trying to get to a strong position. Now Bizek with a 2-on-1, controlling that arm, posting on the opposite side as Hernandez, and he clears. Halfway through the first, nothing. First Greco match of the evening, and another arm drag attempt by Bizek. And they're going to go one more passive, and it will be passive red. Andy Bizek.
So now Rio's going to have his choice, parterre, and he says, put him down. Let me have an opportunity
pointed at the
on
ground.
top.
Bizek takes the mat underneath, Hernandez on top.
And a new rule, or maybe perhaps it's an interpretation of the rule, the bottom man in parterre can really only, you're supposed to have your arms out. You can't fight the lock. You really are not even supposed to turn into lock too much. You're supposed to just keep your hips on the mat and fight it hard. So it's a real advantage for the top wrestler now. And there's tremendous penalty if you fight the grip. It goes caution in 2.
Yeah.
If you try, so you got to be really careful from underneath for a variety of reasons.
Hernandez pushing in here now. Techno music pumping in the crowd here. 35 seconds to go in the period. Bizek and Hernandez knotted.
And now,
love.
And now Bizek's going to have his opportunity on top. And he's got there's 29 seconds remaining in the first period. He's going to have a little bit of time to get to work on top, and he is excellent here. And I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to turn. As you can see,
Hernandez is aware.
Yeah, he knows how important this is that he defends from Bizek's guts. And there,
Bizek, one hand underneath, has the hands locked now, and just as you said, Christian, the referee tells Hernandez to open underneath, and Bizek comes to the right side. He's going to try to lift. Bizek's got him in the air. He's got the hips up. He's going to have to step around and readjust his lock. Good job underneath by Hernandez, staying heavy. Bizek drive. Has him hips off the mat again, unable to get anything yet.
Time is up, but time is up.
Time is up, you are correct. Time is out.
And so, really, if you're Hernandez Rios, you're feeling good. You just defended Bizek's best position there. It wasn't easy, and there were some times there I thought he was about to go over, but a great job by both guys as we go to the second period scoreless.
And speaking of Greco, let's not forget, June 4th, the Greco World Team Trials will be in Ithaca, New York, and it's going to be an insane atmosphere. It's just the finals, so everybody who wrestled in the U.S. Open Finals will come to Ithaca and wrestle on June 4th, and the matches that just happened at the U.S. Open are the first of the best 2 out of 3 matches for the World Team spot, and 1,200 seat arena. It's going to be packed, or it's going to be streaming live on Flo. You're definitely not going to want to miss out. If you can't be in Ithaca, be on Flo. Second period of action coming at you, 10 seconds in here, in a 0-0 bout between returning world bronze medalist Andy Bizek and Hernandez of Cuba.
Not going to say Cuba anymore?
Cuba.
Are you ditching that?
You gave me props, and I felt good about it, so I just let it go. But I'll call Cuba.
Okay. That'll make me happy.
Oh, then it's Cuba.
Por arriba no, por abajo. Ahí, alce el codo.
45 seconds down here in period number 2. Really, I mean, we've yet to see a score.
And we've seen
these
two.
Go passive blue. Now they got passive red. And passive red between the judge and the chair. So another one against Andy Bizek. And they're going to give a point to Hernandez and put Bizek on the mat.
So another opportunity. Bizek going to have to defend here. Rios going to get an opportunity on top. And he now trails. So Bizek got some work to do here. This is an opponent he's beaten twice before. Once by injury to fault, and another time 6-2. So a potential upset brewing.
He's just gluing his chest to the mat. It's like a magnet.
Yeah, great job defending there.
I don't know how you're going to get your hands underneath that. Hernandez doesn't either. They stop it. Put them back up on their feet. Minute 45 to go. Bizek trailing 1-0.
So we'll see what adjustments Bizek makes, knowing he's trailing, knowing he may need to work for another opportunity on top here. We'll see if he can get that. And now they're getting on Rios for passivity. And that's confirmed, so now it's 1 for Bizek.
Like that.
And he is in the lead now, and he's going to have another opportunity on top.
So, and got close. He got his hands locked. He got the hips off the mat, and he actually got the turn. But it just so happened to be after time was out. So we'll see if he can do it again. Thought he was going to get trapped
and
on there for a second.
And he can't grab that arm, the hand like that. He's got to be careful grabbing the hands if you're Rios. And, that can be, called a caution in 2.
Call it nothing. Bizek gets him up, though. Drive. And Andy Bizek takes him through for the turn. 2 points for Bizek. And a 3-1 lead now. Much more comfortable than the 1-1 lead on criteria. Gets him off the mat again. And finding his way back to the mat was Hernandez. We go back to the center. 30 seconds to go. Andy Bizek with a 3-1 lead now.
And there's not many guys that can go under Bizek twice in the world and not avoid giving up at least 1 turn there. And it's in a way, it is a credit to Rios for only giving up 2 points from underneath. But that's all Bizek's needed. He's been super fundamental on his feet, not really giving up many opportunities.
And there, a nice drag. Bizek gets to the corner but can't get control of the body. And we move under 10 seconds to go, and it looks like it's going to be Andy Bizek here for the United States. And he is your winner. Final score 3-1. So the first half of our Greco portion of this event goes to the United States. Andy Bizek in the red singlet, the Cowboy, takes the 3-1 lead. And again, you get another chance to see him June 4th in Ithaca, New York at the Greco-Roman World Team Trials. Broadcast live on Flo Wrestling. If he ever gets close to missing weight, he may consider shaving his mustache?
No way. I hope not.
I mean,
that's last resort.
That's a couple pounds.
There's got to be some old French fries up in there, right?
There could be something.
Oh, these guys are so
mustard.
disciplined. What they probably don't even eat French fries. Maybe they do.
I eat French fries.
And you're a U.S. Open champion.
Something like that.
Stop sign collector Mark Bader.
I thought about, so Brent Metcalf posted a picture, like I got all my old stop signs out, and he had like a dozen or 14, I think it was. And I wanted to take a picture, like a big picture of my floor with like my little stop sign right in the corner, and be like, yeah,
or
me too, Brent.
If I were you, you work for Flo Sports. We've got great people with people great with Photoshop. Have them Photoshop like 30. Be like, come on, get on my level, Brent. That's the direction I would have gone.
Oh, Christian, you're pretty good. I tweeted last at the wrong Brent Metcalf.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it was my
that's the
phone auto did it, and then it hit the wrong name, and I went back and I hit it again, and then leave me alone.
That's when you know you arrived, when you have parody accounts on your behalf. When someone start a Mark Bader parody account, that's when we'll know. It's not when you win the U.S. Open champion. It's not when you're the broadcaster of the
Mark
year.
Bader Twitter,
huh?
Or a Bark Bader.
Is there?
No, I'm kidding.
We need to see that.
Well, we're going to have one more Greco-Roman match, and it's going to be Spencer Mango versus Anche Lamont.
He is ranked 20th.
Mako Anche, Lamont, and these two met at the Pan Am Championship down in Santiago, Chile, and it was the Cuban coming ahead over our American friend, Spencer Mango. So Mango, I talked to him yesterday, said, I want revenge. I want to get this one back. He lost 2-1, and
you're going to see here, Mango a little undersized here. Lamont a lot taller, and his Lamont's size and positioning was really what won him the match. He was able to get some passivity warnings and really kind of dictate. So we'll see. I spoke with USA Greco team coach Matt Lindland. He said Mango's going to try to really take it to him on his feet, not going to be as passive in weight. He's going to try to really force the positions on his feet. And of course we know Mango, like Bizek, but for different reasons, as we're seeing Lamont go double unders, throws it back. Oh,
and he's
goodness gracious. Gonna see 4.
And they're out of bounds. 2.
What?
They're just going to go 2. I don't know if that was a homer call we got or what, but it's 2-0.
Man.
And I was just getting ready to say that Lamont has been pushing around.
I don't understand.
And controlling Spencer Mango. And he's going to throw him by again and get another score.
Maybe I don't know rules at all, but that just looked like a textbook 4 to me, but I don't know. Oh, he's going for it again.
There.
And they're going to blow
no
it.
Exposure. Maybe one for correct lift.
It went below the leg, or it went to the legs, and they're going to say 2.
Below the hips.
He's got to have 4 points. 2-2. This is, they got to get together here. It's got to be 4-0.
It's 6-0.
No, 6-0. This is, all right. Now we're talking. Man, that was maybe the best move I've seen all day. That was just taking risk and going for it.
Mango gets in big here. Mango's going to go to his own back. What are they going to call? He was the one that took the risk. Mango's got 2, and we may see a video review on this.
Our first of the night.
So they throw the challenge block, which is actually an Angry Bird.
Yes. And an interesting, because they threw up 2 eventually.
Right. So
for Spencer. So it's what do you? In my opinion, it's like they kind of already gave you what you're going to be challenging for.
Well, and I think I heard Spencer say,
What's the score?
And he said, no, take it back. And exactly what you said. Exactly
Yeah,
what you said.
there we go.
And sometimes in freestyle and Greco, it takes a little bit longer for the points to be confirmed and finally go up. So they throw the brick or the challenge bird in this case. 6-2. Mango trails here. First period of action, 1:10 to go.
And I'll never forget the first Beat the Streets match where Spencer Mango, Ellis Coleman, the Flying Squirrel. Before we knew him as the Flying Squirrel, they put on a show and
they were flying over the mat like squirrels. Actually, he hit
it.
Move,
He hit
the
it.
Flying Squirrel.
He hit it. Now they're gonna. I think they're gonna warn. Well, I don't know.
Spencer always has a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
That's one thing about him. He's just
happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky, just great kid.
Starting to be not a kid anymore. He's been won 7, 8, I think seven U.S.
Seven
Open
straight
titles. Yeah.
U.S. Open titles.
Of course, he was made the Olympic team twice, 2008 Beijing, 2012 London. And they're saying, watch that finger. Maybe a tension on Lamont.
25 seconds to go here. First period of action, 6-2. Lamont leading Mango.
2-on-1 for Mango. Looking
Mango trying to almost high dive in there.
Yeah, looking for a body lock maybe. 10 seconds to go here.
And that's going to do it. Time will run out here.
Action-packed first period.
Action-packed first period. If you want to see more throws like that, more action again, join us June 4th in Ithaca, New York for the Greco World Team Trials. I have a feeling it's going to be a fantastic show, and there will be some entertainment going on, and maybe even seeing the sport presented in a little bit different way than we've seen in the past. So, again, I can't tell you how excited I am for that event. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll get to see that guy, Spencer Mango. He's taking on Jesse Thielke, a former world team member.
And that could be a high-flying match.
Yeah.
They wrestled in 2013, I believe, in Stillwater in the finals.
That was against Ryan, brother Ryan Mango.
Oh, okay, you're right. But they threw each other all over the place.
That was a crazy.
That was up at 60.
Yes.
And I guess the weight's now 59, correct?
Right. 60's kind of gone, and 55 is where Spencer did wrestle, and now they got rid of that weight and made it 59. So Spencer a little undersized for the weight, but he's a powerhouse, man.
No doubt about it. 20 seconds into the second period as well. We've got Lamont coming forward, working on a 2-on-1. Mango clears it, catches that far elbow. 2:30 to go. They're going to go passive red. Those got white paddled, both of them.
And it looks like they're going to...
They do. They go one.
Yeah.
And confirmed, white paddled by one, confirmed by the other.
Passivity on Mango.
6-2, minute 37 to go. So really, that big throw at the beginning is the difference.
Yeah.
Mango controls an underhook now. And it's Lamont now with his head buried in the side of Spencer's shoulder.
Now double unders, and there's a passivity warning against Lamont, so both those guys, they're given passivity warnings. Next time we'll give someone an opportunity. And what Lamont's doing, just burying that head, that's passivity in Greco-Roman. You can't just bury your head and keep your hips back. They want to see your hips in, they want to see you engaging, looking to work the score, work a tie there. And that's why the USA corner, USA contingent is hoping for another passivity call. Now Lamont kind of responding back, picking up his hand fighting. I don't think he wants to go under Mango, whose best position is on top.
And Again, he's got that head buried.
Yeah. They're slapping the hands. Underhook left side.
Lamont peeks up at the clock, sees there's 30 to go. Mango.
Ooh.
He's going to go for something here. Whether or not he gets it, he's going to... Oh, the hand right in the face. Tick down now, short time, 15 on the clock. Mango. Call passive. They call passive in 2. Caution in 2. Was that confirmed?
Wow. For I guess the fingers now.
10 seconds to go.
Mango's got to make something happen here.
And Lamont's going to be able to keep good position, I believe. And fence Spencer Mango off.
They'll go 1, but it's going to be too little too late. Or are they going to go caution in 2? Was that confirmed?
Caution in 2 would tie it.
So, Lamont gives up 3 caution points late. And can you challenge for a caution in 2? That's what Matt Lindland, I guess, I don't know if he's inquiring about it, but I think he wants to.
Score, we've
Matt
got
Lindland,
a winner, ganador para
incredulous,
Cuba.
frustrated, but
from Cuba
at
will
the end,
win the
I feel like the better guy won this match. I feel like the guy that
today, Lamont beat him.
You don't want to see 4 caution and 2s given out, in the last 30 seconds. I get it. You should penalize a guy that's maybe not engaging, but you don't want to see that being how a guy wins a match, and that would, that would have put
determined.
Yeah, could have.
That is it for the Greco portion. Again, Greco World Team Trials, June 4th in Ithaca, New York. Going to be great.
Let's
be
do
there.
some leg grabbing.
But we're going to start grabbing some legs now. This World Team Trials, June 12th to the 14th in Madison, Wisconsin, also live on Flo. And we will see. Let's back it up. Let's start with big. Beep, beep, beep. Hey, you're like a dump truck. Backing up, I get it.
That's right.
Tervel, Dlagnev, and Andres Ramos.
Dinza.
125 kilograms.
And Dlagnev,
275 pounds.
Years in a row is in the bronze medal match at the World Championship.
It feels like 15. I mean, he's just like every year he's gonna wrestle for medals. So he's big. They did a mock. Well, they did a real weigh-in, and then they did a mock weigh-in for the press conference. Dinza is giving up a substantial amount of size, but as you can see, he's not small. He's a little more cut up than the
smaller framed, but still
a beast.
Jack Diesel.
Yeah. Reminds me of Mark Bader.
Hey, I'll take it all day. Dlagnev in the blue. Ramos.
Nope. Dlagnev in the red.
That's why you're here.
Yes.
Dlagnev in the red. Ramos in the blue. Beat the Streets 2015. We got the big boys on the mat in our first men's freestyle match.
Dlagnev coming off a bronze medal in Tashkent. Lost a tough one, I believe, in the semis to Akul, the eventual world champion. Dlagnev got a lot of attacks, low singles. Very, for his size, tremendous athlete.
Oh, the guy can move.
Oh, he can move.
Man, have you ever seen him dance?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
He can dance. He can cut a rug. He's moving his hands here, trying to get his opponent Ramos off balance, and we've seen Dlagnev here several times. My most memorable one, I believe, was 2012, I believe it was, right here in the same location. It was USA versus Russia, and Tervel, the last match, they went in weight class order, picks up a fall and secures USA over Russia dual meet victory.
He has a way of doing that. Did the same thing in World Cup. But
and there we go, knee pull single. Tervel in on the leg, trying to circle the corner, feeding some hips to him as Ramos. And now Tervel's just going to try to hang on, see if we can get a stalemate here. Ramos wants to peel those hands off and circle behind himself, but he's not going to have the opportunity to. Referee blows it dead. We'll bring it back to the center. Minute 40 to go.
Good hips by Dinza there. That was one of Tervel's go-to shots there. Couldn't quite finish it, but
he got his hands locked and started to get around the corner. Then
those
hips you're talking about,
filthy.
But talk about one of his shots. That might be his best one. His low single, and again, though, fighting the hips. Ramos doing a good job here, fending him off. 20 more seconds go by. No change. Tervel, couple of attacks.
And they're going to warn Ramos Dinza for passivity. And he's going to go on the shot clock here. He's going to have 30 seconds to score. But I don't think Tervel's going to shut it down here. I think he'll continue to fire off leg attacks.
No, Tervel, just a very interesting and awesome individual. You know, he just, and a lot of the Ohio State wrestlers, guys like Bo Jordan and Kyle Snyder and Toby, I really look up to Tervel as a mentor. And he's the kind of guy that I've just not even learned technical things from, but ways to think about, think about and approach the sport. Forget about the nerves, forget about the pressure. You're just trying to go grab another guy's leg.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's broken it down for them to ways that, I guess, makes them more at ease and helps them to wrestle better. We see the caution in one because of the shot clock violation against Ramos, and is 1-0 Tervel Dlagnev. And we did a little documentary on Tervel about a year ago or so, Obsessed, and really kind of got to know him and who he is and what makes him tick. And, you know, he talked about some, I guess, OCD things he used to deal with and some little ticks he used to have, and just a very
unique personality and
cerebral person.
So it looks like, wow, nice snap down there. Tervel maybe starting to wear on him a little bit, but time's going to run out in this period. Dinza going to have an opportunity to catch his breath a little bit. Tervel wrestles a super high pace. He was able to get the legs, unable to finish. And we'll see how things open up in the second period for Tervel.
And we got Bruce Burnett and Jake Jaggers over in his corner. You see a good shot of his singlet over on the other side of Ramos with his coaches in the corner taking some advice. Tervel back to the center. Ramos still catching some instruction from his coach.
Coach is buying him a couple of extra seconds to catch his breath there and give him some instruction. Yeah, there's wiggle room there. And underway here in the second period, still just a 1-0 lead for Dlagnev on that shot clock.
That was Jake Herbert spitting into my mic, said, go Tervel. Jake's, I guess, getting ready to go warm up right now. And Jake just, I see him milling around.
He just walks around. He's been talking to people all the time. I wonder if
he said, you know, I think it was Andy Robat told us last week or 2 weeks ago at the trials, he prefers that. He doesn't want to just sit down and think about it. He wants, you know, he's Mr. Personality, Mr. Social Butterfly. But back to here, we got Tervel, snags a leg, and he runs it right to the edge. Oh, beautiful job. Great pressure in order to pull him to the mat. And he secures the takedown. He goes up 3-0. Almost had a lace locked up. Going to come back up on top. The referee will give him one more opportunity for a turn, I believe, and then blow him back up on the feet. And there you have it. We're going up. 2:12 on the clock.
And third time's a charm for Tervel. That's the third time he was able to attack a leg and finally breaks through, gets the finish here. And we'll see if things continue to open up for him a little bit more. He's getting to that collar and inside control a lot, and Dinza's head starting to break. And his head's starting to break, maybe his wheel's starting to break, or just his lungs, if nothing less. And Tervel's going to score another takedown. He goes up 5-0, halfway to the gut. He's going to get this. Oh, he tips him.
Tipped, I mean, that was 91 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it.
Or to be 89. Right?
Do you sit in front of a computer, or do you sit behind a computer?
No, what does that mean?
I don't know. Tell me.
No, I'm just talking the angle.
Right.
It would be obtuse. Right? Am I off here?
Obtuse. That word got Andy Dufresne a month in the hole. Hashtag Shawshank Redemption. Back to the action. 7-0. Tervel Dlagnev with the lead. Minute 25 to go.
Back to that collar tie left side for Tervel. Dinza just kind of clinging in there.
And we tick down 1 minute on the clock. Tervel Dlagnev for the United States up 7-0.
There's another shot, very errant, and last time Tervel was able to make him pay. Gets behind him, rear standing.
Not going to throw him, but he is going to land on top for another takedown and a turn, and that'll do it, 11-0. Tervel Dlagnev closes this thing out. And I tell you, that guy is awesome.
Excellent job by Tervel. We saw just 1-0 after the first period, but I think both the pressure, the pace,
size.
maybe the size. I don't know if size is
I think the size helps with the pressure.
Yeah, perhaps. That's maybe a tertiary factor, but
using those big
a factor
words,
nonetheless.
Anyways, he gets it done again. Cervell Dlagnev is your winner. Tech fall. And the United States.
He does not skip leg day.
No.
That's just an observation.
He does not.
He does not skip leg day.
Leg day.
Or arm day or anything day. He looked great, man. He's been looking great for years. Continue to go as we move on. Another, man, I'm just going to get giddier and giddier as every match comes up. Please don't laugh like that. But we're going to have Ramos versus Bon Rodriguez. Of course, a rematch from the World Cup. Bon is a strong dude. He cradled up Ramos last time, pinned him in a match where there wasn't a lot going on. Ramos was getting to the legs. He was getting push-out points. He had that guy's leg skied up. And one thing about Tony Ramos, great finisher when he gets to his single leg, but Yalis Bon Rodriguez was able to defend him. Of course, he was a world bronze medalist last year at 61, I believe. He's cut down to 57. You got to figure he's going to be a big factor, literally, at 57 kilograms.
Representing Cuba.
This is going to be a good one. And we talked about Ramos, you know, and his attitude, his vigor, his, you know, he's got like a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
This is going to be good for him. You know, he wrestled Rahimi, the world champion from Iran, got beat up, and then wrestled him again, and took him to the wire. And if Tony Ramos likes one thing, it's being on a stage.
Oh, yes.
It's being the center of attention and showing off all of his work, showing his attitude, showing his, you know, just fight. And that's when I think
there
of
is
Tony
a
Ramos.
direct line between Tony Ramos' eyes and Yalis Bon
Look at him on
Rodriguez.
the screen. If he's staring straight to the left and completely at, watch this, he's not going to unlock eyes.
Yeah, look at him.
Look at, he's still staring at him.
I'm so fired up. I can headbutt my grandma right now.
Here we go. We're going to do this. Tony Ramos versus Bon. Bon comes and clubs him hard over collar. Tony will stay in that stance.
Ooh, hello. And these two, I mentioned it earlier, these two had a very tense press conference, and they're not buddies.
Stare down. Stare down.
Yeah.
One comes and clubs the other says, I'm going to club you back just a little bit harder. And don't be surprised if the official has to stop him again and say, okay, I told you to stop clubbing so hard.
Both these guys big for the weight. You know, Ramos, a 33-pounder all through college, makes the cut down. This is 125.5 pounds. And, of course, Bon was third at 61 kilograms. So both these guys big and strong for the weight. So far, Ramos kind of dictating. He's controlling the center of that. Oh, nice
Bon
shot.
Comes in deep. He's got a Ramos up. And he's going to get two. Ramos wisely mid-air turned his hips to the mat. I thought he was going to give up 4 for a sec, but he's going to end up giving up 2.
You think Tony Ramos is terribly concerned if he gives up an early score?
I don't believe so. That's not his nature.
If we learned anything from... Oh, wow. Bon picks him up. Looking to take him over.
He is going to get 2 on the... No, they're going to get 4. Because they were standing up. He may even expose again. Another 2 will make it 8. Now that's going to get white paddled and...
No, it's 8. Oh, looking for that cradle again. Maybe it's Bon. And
Ramos recognized it.
And wow, what a flurry. And Ramos looks at the clock, or looks at the scoreboard. Now it's 6-0.
So they did take away that last 2.
So a little more manageable, but Tony Ramos is going to have to win this one on pace. You know, he's a guy, he gets takedown.
And he gets to the single leg. Will he finish it? Or will he try to take it out of bounds? Tony would prefer 2 over 1, I'm sure. Lifts that leg just like you said, Christian. Had it up in the air, up on his shoulder. Bon showing incredible flexibility here.
Same position as the World Cup, and
great balance.
Yep. And
Tony kicks, chops at the leg once. Bon pushing right back into him.
And look at
just looks away and snarls like, fine.
He's like, oh, I have to do this 50 more seconds. No problem.
It's got to be
I mean, you can't.
You're going to stop that?
Wow.
You're going to stop that? I've never seen that stop.
No.
Granted, he was up in the air for 15, 20 seconds.
And maybe, I don't know. So next time Ramos will probably see him put him out of bounds if he could.
I mean, but Bond was pushing right back in him.
Yeah. I don't know if he could. And here's the thing. Who can replicate that for Tony Ramos? There's not many guys in the world that can defend a single leg the way he just did. It's just like you just have to adjust on the fly and figure it out in that moment.
That was amazing.
That was incredible flexibility. So 6-0 the lead for Bon Rodriguez.
10 seconds to go. Pace, something that, as you said, Tony's going to win this. He's going to probably have to get his opponent tired.
Because he's not a guy. Tony's not really a big move guy, and that's not going to count for anything.
And a little flurry there at the end, but it's right afterwards. And now we see Ramos going to come over and talk with Terry Brands.
And like I was saying, Tony, he likes to get the legs finished. That's kind of his style, controlling the pace. He's not going to go throw. If he can really gas a guy out, he can maybe hit his pancake. But normally, and I don't think that's something we're going to see him that's available against someone like Bond. So he's going to need a series of takedowns, and he's going to need more than just 3 takedowns because Bond has that 4-pointer, and now Bond taking his sweet time getting back out to center.
I was just thinking as I saw Terry jumping to score, I'm like, anybody knows about chipping away after being down big, it's Terry Brands.
Yeah. And now Bond's backing straight
up. He could be
up.
really tired.
He might be, and that's not a good thing if you're wrestling Tony Ramos. Tired is one thing you don't want to be, and he's continuing to back up. There's a shot, and Bond just steps out of it so casually.
It's just like when his leg was in the air.
Yeah.
He looked away and just kind of gave a little sniff, like, yeah, whatever, no big deal, I'm fine. Ramos will continue to press the pace and put pressure on him for the next 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Another shot.
You know what? First time, Bond cleared all the way out of it. The second time, Tony grabbed his foot. He lost it. But let's see if he takes another shot and continues firing off shots, which he will.
Yeah.
Will he get to this leg, and will he be able to convert for a takedown?
Good fakes there from Ramos.
And I don't see Bond
you gotta warn Bond here fairly soon
circling,
for passivity.
fire off the shot. He can get his hand back. Bond.
Wow, they're just circling like crazy. Goodness gracious.
Bond just
maybe
really holding great position.
Tony's gonna try to get him dizzy. It's an underrated tactic.
Sure.
Minute 50 to go here, and there's a passivity warning.
They were, I think, listening to you, Christian.
But just his first, so he's got to get hit again to go on the shot clock. So shot clock, he's probably like, go ahead, put me on the shot clock. I'll be up 5. Tony's going to have to generate his own offense. There he shoots again. Bond just ready for that single leg. Another fake.
Now a stutter.
Clear.
Goes back with the club. Bond digs an underhook. Ramos clears. And now Ramos fires off an attack, gets to the leg, brings it back up in the air.
And what's going to be the call here?
And they go nothing on the mat. Will there be anything from the... Nope. Now he's going to try for that push out. But the push out's not, a given.
No, Bond able to navigate that very well.
And within inches and just looks super comfortable.
And there he's going to give it up now, but just a point. I mean, it's still
a lot of work for 1 point there. But look how tired Bond is.
He's tired.
Ramos will press the pace. He's got 52 seconds to make up a big gap. He needs 3 takedowns.
Going to need a takedown and maybe get a lace going. He's got a nice leg lace. If he can get to it, he needs to continue to attack the legs. And there's the passivity.
But as you
white paddled.
35 to go. Shot from the outside. Ramos once again on
the
leg.
Takes him over for 4.
He's going to be up by 9. Ramos trying to lift him in the air, get his hips underneath him. Can't. Bond. And I tell you, it's got to be scary when you got his leg up like that because he is.
Oh, there it is. That's going to be it.
Through again. And wow, very impressed with the Bond Rodriguez. And he's going to go 14-1 over Tony Ramos with some high amplitude scoring.
Your winner from Cuba,
impressive performance by Bond Rodriguez, and really showing that the World Cup was far from a fluke. A great match there. Those counters were excellent, but he had his own offense too. And That just shows you can get a little bit tired and still score some big points there. As he hit 2 4-pointers there, almost a little Dylan Nessish, dare I say, although he didn't plant him and hold him on his back, pin him like that.
No, but
rolling
very similar. High flyer, gator bacon, they're very similar moves, and Vaughn just got these people, even though they're rooting for the American, I think they like seeing high amplitude wrestling.
Absolutely. You just want to see some action, and we're going to have another great one coming up here. I mean, I'm just going to say that every time because it's true every time. Kyle Snyder taking on Javier Cortina Lacera. Another big test for Kyle Snyder. He's been answering the test time and time again. Of course, he fell in the NCAA finals to Kyvan Gadsden, but still making the NCAA finals, a true freshman, tremendous accomplishment. But
would you rather win the NCAAs or beating an Olympic champion at the U.S. Open?
And that says 2014 U.S. Open champion, and that's not true. It's 2015 he won it just 2 weeks ago, if that. And actually, Varner wrestled Cortina Lacera at the World Cup, and it was Varner.
Beat him in the last second, right?
No.
Oh, that was a different match.
He really controlled it. It was a 3-0 win for Varner. Lacera likes to work from space. Snyder said that himself. He knows he likes to attack from space. We know Kyle Snyder wants to get to his ties. He wants to close the gap and control the position. So he said he's got to be cautious about how he approaches Lacera because he could give up that double leg he likes to shoot from space.
Here we do, 97 kilos. Cortina in the blue. Kyle Snyder in the red, 2013 Junior World Champion. As we said, NCAA runner-up and U.S. Open champion. I would say size advantage goes to Cortina.
Yeah, 100%. And this is going to be, that's an area where Varner against Lacera, he's going to have the size to combat. Snyder might not have it, but what Snyder brings is it's not that Snyder is not insanely strong. He's very strong for his size, but he's so good positionally. He's so hard to open up.
Well, I mean, he wrestles at 197. This is 213.
Right.
And he's probably going to go back to 197, right?
He will, yep. That's the plan.
Looks for an opposite side ankle pick. No go, but you will typically see Snyder be active. He's not just going to stand around. Just took that attack.
No, he's got a lot of attacks too. Likes a high crotch. Got a really nice high crotch, but he shoots a single leg as well. Just super fundamental.
Taking an underhooks, Cortina taking him towards the edge. Snyder circles himself back in.
And good job clearing there by Snyder as he was just a couple inches from giving up that push-out point, able to control the tie. And Snyder going to get warned for passivity, his first warning.
2015 U.S. Open champion, he is 19 years old. Kyle Snyder wrestling.
Now looking for that ankle pick. We saw him hit that one in the NCAA semifinals against Jaden Cox. That was ultimately the deciding points in that match. Now, Cortina picking up his hand fighting a little bit.
Heavy hands make a difference.
And I was in the NYAC wrestling room this morning, and Cortina came in there, and he was just doing an individual warm-up, and he's just warming up real casually, just does a standing backflip. Just like standing there. This is a 215-pound dude, and it was just like effortless. Collaring inside control for a moment for Snyder. So Snyder's on the shot clock. He's got 15 seconds. There he gets to that high crotch. Looking to finish. Maybe going head inside. Maybe he's just going to take the push-out point. And there he's going to step out. And great job by Kyle Snyder getting to the leg, getting that push-out point, realizing tremendous awareness there to realize the shot clock's about to expire. You got to get that point or you're going to give up the point. He gets it, puts him out of bounds, and Kyle Snyder takes a 1-0 lead here, 50 seconds to go. And that's got to give you so much confidence in your Snyder, scoring that first point, and not a shot clock point, a legitimate point. You get to a leg, you put him out of bounds, and you take the lead there. And we all remember last year, Snyder wrestled Kazimirat Gatsalov. That's the Russian translation there by Vader. Another high crotch.
Oh, and he's in! Snyder's going to score 2 on the edge.
2 more, and Cortina pounds the mat there in frustration.
And I tell you, Kyle Snyder's just that good.
He's that good. He's that dude. So already a 3-0 lead, and, he gets in there, wrestling tight in the positions, pulling on the head, and that high crotch now opened up twice in the last 40 seconds maybe. And, you got to wonder if fatigue may be setting in here early as Lacera, breaking position, standing up time and time again.
Well, and I tell you, 365 days in a year, Kyle Snyder is in shape every one of those days. Some guys will take a break and whatever.
Yeah.
He's ready to scrap any day of the year. And Cortina body language says maybe he's tired, grips his head as he walks to his corner.
I mean, you think if you're Cortina, you're thinking, I'm going to control this match early. I'm going to get the early scores, and not doing that, and not really having opportunities. He was near a push-out point, but he hasn't gotten to legs yet. So, man, if you're Kyle Snyder's corner, you got to be feeling great. And they shake, and we're back to action here in the second period. Looking for that ankle pick again is Kyle Snyder.
Quickly.
Cortina trying to open him up. Another attack there.
And
Fitted by Cortina.
Kyle's just going to keep pressuring on you. Whether or not he's taking shots, you're going to be on your toes and wonder the entire time. And maybe the second you relax, that's when he's going to pounce.
Kyle, of course, a junior world champion. Last year, bronze.
Okay, sorry.
In 14.
Yes, sir.
And Lacera was bronze last year at the World Championships at the senior level. There's that shot from space. Great defense from Snyder. Sprawling, circling out, away from it. 3-0 lead still. There's that stutter fake from Snyder. That's his setup to get to that high crotch. He'll try to get there again.
Snyder comes back to an inside tie on the left side. Cortina collar on the opposite side, and they break just over 2 minutes to go in the match. Kyle Snyder leading 3-0. He's got an underhook near the edge. Could he look to work for the push out? Cortina not quite to the zone. And he presses back inbounds as he feels Snyder pressuring in.
There's a passivity warning, I believe, against Cortina. Back to that inside control.
Left tie. He really likes that tie. He just stays in that stance and stalks.
Does not come up. Look, Cortina is breaking position, and Snyder just doesn't.
There's a good stutter fake from Cortina. And if he can get a couple of more of those going, he might get Snyder out of position. He takes a shot from the outside. Snyder sprawls, defends, stays square, comes into a front headlock now. Looked like he was going to try to circle behind, maybe pinch the arm with his legs, but not going to happen.
Cortina looks bigger every time he gets up. I think he's gained 4 pounds of muscle in his shoulders as this match has gone on.
He is a large individual, no doubt about it. Minute to go. Snyder
almost gets that inside reach.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite get it. 50 seconds to go. Cut there on Snyder's, next to his right eye, it looks like. 44 to go. There's that
Snyder
ankle
gets
pick.
to the ankle, brings it up to the sky, has the leg in the air.
Is he just going to take
and
the one
here? This is where
here?
I think you want to push, but I've been saying that all day. So.
Yeah, that's your official stance.
Well, and I was right on this one, especially being up 3-0. Yeah. You don't need to take all this time trying to finish the shot. He's up by 4. I don't see him getting forward. That's the only thing that can beat him at this point.
Right.
Getting taken down a couple times, but he's obviously held phenomenal position. And Cortina unable to get in there. And it's got to be frustrating. You call me like, all right, I'm wrestling this kid. Oh, crap, he's really good.
Yeah. And Kyle Snyder continuing to put the world on notice here. 8 seconds to go, and he's in the midst of notching another win. Cortina Lacera ranked 6th in the world, and he goes down to freshman Kyle Snyder, and he gives a pump to the crowd. He's fired up.
That was an impressive performance.
I would make an idiot of myself. I'd do a lot more than a fist bump.
Kyle Snyder, your winner.
That's why I'm down here.
Amen.
That's why Kyle Snyder's up there. Classy in victory and defeat.
Outstanding performance.
Great job.
By Kyle Snyder. He claps his hands again.
If he walks by here, yes. I gave him a high five.
You tried.
Oh, he gave me. He gave me a high five. What do you mean you tried?
I tease.
Impressive performance by Snyder. And he continued to attack. Attack. And good pressure there.
And just super impressed with Kyle Snyder. We are here live from New York City, Times Square, Beat the Streets 2015. And, let's not forget, this organization just does leaps and bounds for these youth kids here in New York City, gets them off the streets, gets them to school, gets them wrestling, gets their grades up, gets their confidence up, just all the right things to make them better human beings.
Yeah, tremendous organization, no doubt about it. Bader, I got a funny text here. In 2028, I mean, it's funny and true. In 2028, Kyle Snyder will be 33 years old. So it's like...
I'll be like 50. I'll be older than... I'll be like 50. About.
Isn't that unbelievable? That's 16, 20, 24, 20. He could do 4 legitimate Olympic cycles, and I mean, we are so far ahead of ourselves.
You know what
I'm
the
just
problem
saying,
is? There's some 9-year-old right now in 2028 who's going to come out.
He's ready for scene, and not only college ready, he's internationally ready. He's ready to wrestle with the best in the world, and we're coming up on another big one here.
Oh boy!
Metcalf
Every
sighting.
time. BH Metcalf is his Twitter, folks. Don't get it wrong.
Yes.
At BH Metcalf.
Don't even give the parody account love. Just ignore it. He's going to be taking on Marin Castillo. These two also wrestled at the World Cup, and Metcalf was the winner there. In a match where pace was one of the factors. Metcalf being awesome at wrestling was another factor in that match. Got to his high crotch.
They want to
I think
feel his hand, make sure that tape is all right.
Yeah. Country boy can't survive.
I was gonna say, if they'd say no, I'm like, that's an exhibition match. It's not the guy tape on his hand.
I mean, it's,
We ready to do this? Who are you smiling at, Christian?
This
You got a little grin on your face.
Country boy can't survive.
I guarantee this Metcalf song. Huh? He sports that camouflage ball cap all the time.
Yeah.
He's a country boy. Here we go. 3 minutes on the clock. Metcalf and Marin Castillo. 65 kilograms. Beat the Streets 2015.
Castillo's got a nice ankle pick that he was able to hit on Metcalf for his only points of the match. I think it was only points. Don't quote me on that. But that was his, the majority of his points came off that one takedown. So got to that collar tie ankle pick, but ultimately Metcalf able to get to his holds, get to that high crotch, and doing a great job finishing. And there he fires off a shot. Well defended there by Marin early. Metcalf climbing the world rankings all the way up to number 5.
Not bad. Metcalf still looking for that elusive world medal and, in his eyes, the gold one.
Yeah.
World Championships, of course, take place in Las Vegas, Nevada this year in September. I want to say the 7th to the 12th.
Yep.
Something just like that. And if you got even a couple days to spare, come on out. It's going to be an amazing event.
I mean, it's not the U.S., it's the World Championships. The best wrestlers on the planet are coming to our country. Let's not get shown up by Iran. You know?
And Metcalf fires off a shot, gets to his attack, has a leg up in the air, follows it, holds it, secures it slowly.
Nice whizzer
and
there.
Patiently.
He's going to...
Are they going to get fleeing or no? Caution. Metcalf looked and kind of pleaded for one, but just the 1 point on the board for Brett Metcalf halfway through the first. He scores on a push out.
And sometimes they'll let him work for that finish there and not let the, I mean, because if I'm Castillo, I'm trying to get my foot out of bounds. That takedown is imminent. So that's what Coach Burnett and Brands were kind of advocating for. Give us a little,
nice
job.
Double. He's going to get in on the leg. He's going to run through Metcalf, and it's going to be a takedown for Marin. And it almost looked like Metcalf just hesitated or for one moment. And Castillo, it almost looked like Brent was caught off guard.
Yeah. Well, it was a quick level change in shot. You know, not a lot of time to react when the guy gets in that deep that quickly.
Just under a minute to go now in the first period. Metcalf trailing 2-1. Metcalf comes collar to the right, collar to the left.
Yep, just continuing to pull on that head. Those are going to pay dividends down the line. We've seen it.
There he goes, left hand high crotch. He's in deep here. Has it up in the air. And he's going to score 2 on the edge. Take down Metcalf, and he will take the lead on the board, 3-2, with 27 seconds to go in the period.
Great shot, vintage Metcalf, getting that head outside. High crotch, and one thing, an area of tremendous improvement, in my opinion, for Metcalf is his finishing. He's got a variety of finish. He used to go to that crackdown finish too often, and you're getting chest wrapped, you're giving up exposure. Now his finishes are much safer and is rarely going to that crackdown finish.
Time runs out in the first. Metcalf up 3-2. He got a push out, gave up a takedown in which his opponent kind of ran through him, but then he fires right back with his patented left hand high crotch, finishes it on the edge, picks up the 2 points, and that's where we stand. 3-2, Metcalf leading.
Terry Brandt's Bruce Burnett in the corner. Ryan Morningstar not far behind there, cheering for his Hawkeye teammate. And the Cubans are always the last look back to the center.
Well, and yes, you're correct. Also, Brent's like always the first one back to the center.
That's true too. That's his
MO, bro.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't go to the corner unless he had to.
Yeah, right. Let's just go back to the center. Metcalf leading 3-2.
Metcalf, of course, going to be sitting in the World Team Trials Finals, best 2 of 3. He's going to wait the winner of the 65-kilogram bracket. Madison, there's that high crotch.
Back to the high
nice
crotch,
counter.
Slip, and it's a great counter by Marin Castillo. He's going to go up 4-3. And Brent was all the way there, essentially, but great defense, counters, and gives a 1-point lead for the Cuban. Takes half that tape off his hand, throws it on the mat.
So it's a 4-3 lead for Marin.
And again to the high crotches, Brent Metcalf, and he's going to score. Great pressure on the finish, and he's going to go gut wrench, Metcalf.
And Metcalf continuing to look to score and score. Great transition from takedown to turn. That gut wrench has always been there for Metcalf, and this match keeps going back and forth and back and forth. Another lead change, and now Metcalf with his biggest lead of the match.
Up by 3, 7-4, just under 2 minutes to go in the bout. And this is where Metcalf thrives in these last 2 minutes, last minute even more so, and where his constant pressure will start to wear on his opponents.
Yep. And I continue to be impressed by Marin Castillo. He's had some nice moments, some excellent technique, but ultimately Metcalf's just got a little bit more in all the positions here.
.112 to go. Metcalf fires off that shot again.
Re-attack.
And he's going to give up 1 as they go out of bounds. Push out for Castillo.
And now a takedown here, I believe, would put Castillo in the lead
here.
And
I almost feel like Metcalf hits that shot too fast, or something's weird on the transition from the shot to the finish, and I can't quite pinpoint it.
Yeah, we'd have to probably look at it a couple, 2 or 3
or
times.
Castillo's not reacting fast enough, and Brent gets to the corner faster than you would think, and then he reacts. Back to that shot, he's going to lose it, but Brent's going to continue to come forward as we got 40 ticks left on the clock.
And you notice how Brent, once he kicked out, for a moment there, he was really coming hard, and I think he thought a little bit better as he's going to drive him out of bounds.
I thought I just saw a push out. Now they got it for sure.
And when Marin was kind of grounded there, Metcalf looked like he was thinking about penalty. He thought better of it. He's like, I don't want to give up another one of those double legs.
Yep.
Coming in too aggressively. So
crafty veteran.
That's what you're seeing with Metcalf. Those little things that maybe 2-3 years ago he's charging that guy. He gives up a double leg and now he's losing. Instead he bails out. Now he has a 3-point lead, 8-5. Just 10 seconds to go here. Metcalf in the driver's seat here. Castillo continuing to look to score. Not going to get it, and Brent Metcalf going to be a winner here at Times Square by a score of 8-5, and he does it again. At Beat the Streets, great performance by Metcalf. That was a great match. Back and forth and back and forth. A lot of high-level wrestling from both guys demonstrated. The defense and the double leg of Castillo was excellent. Man, that was a treat for sure.
Brent Metcalf is the man.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
At BH Metcalf.
And here we go again. David Taylor, Levon Lopez Ascui, a four-time, count them, four-time world and Olympic medalist against David Taylor, two-time NCAA champion, two-time Hodge Trophy winner, and just won the U.S. Open, his first U.S. Open title in 2015. Of course, there was this Jordan Burroughs guy that was not at the U.S. Open, so not that it's not a great accomplishment, but, you know, you got to, the field is factored in there. We're going to see Burroughs a little bit later, but
he will close the event as he normally does.
Yes, he
and everybody wants to see Jordan Burroughs wrestle.
Yeah.
But a lot of people want to see David. Everyone wants to see David Taylor wrestle too. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, no kidding. He's you know, one of the most exciting guys out there.
And what's really one of the things that's exciting for me is, you know, he's now transitioned into the final phase of his career. He was a phenom youth wrestler, phenom middle school, high school wrestler, St. Paris Graham, 4 titles. I mean, just ripped everybody apart. Moves on to college, does essentially the same thing. What, he lose 3 matches in college?
Yeah, he lost to Bubba, Dake, and Dake.
Yeah, so come on.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Now he's, you know, up on the world stage.
Yep, tremendous competitor, and you know, he's gained this fame and popularity because of his style he wrestles. You know, it's such, not only is he a good guy, good dude, but the way he wrestles is so unique. And
attack.
Now, I feel like he was kind of a folk style wonderkind. Like everything he did was like built for folk style wrestling. Now he's working on transitioning it to freestyle. He was so amazing on top in folk style, working till it's like, so the challenge for David is to transition that into freestyle
as we
wrestling.
meet the third-ranked wrestler in the world from Cuba, Levon Lopez Ascue. And his opponent,
number 3
from State
ranked
College,
in the
Pennsylvania, representing the United States of America, David Taylor.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably in the top 1 there. We're seeing David Taylor take the match there.
Magic Man in the red, Ascui.
Those shoes are fire. Look at those shoes. Those are sweet. I haven't seen those yet.
Those are his shoes.
Those are his shoes, the M squared. I think they're combat speed. What's up, Coach Morningstar?
David Taylor in the red, Ascui in the blue, and we are underway. Beat the
one right away.
Is he going to go right to a leg lace?
Right off the whistle.
Wastes no time, does Taylor, and he's going to try to gut here. Those long arms could help him. Potentially get some trapped arms, and the referee's going to blow that dead, put him back up on the feet, and that did not take long.
It reminds me of his junior year NCAA final against Kyle Dake, where he's first 3 seconds ankle pick, but of course that match didn't end up going his way. Kyle Dake won his 4th title, but he's got that quick strike ability. We've seen it time and time again. He's going to want to get to that collar tie.
And watch his hands, exactly what I was going to say. Not just getting to a collar tie, but it's what he does. He moves people. He does. A lot of guys go to the collar tie and just wait. David Taylor uses his hands to move you and set up his scores. And looking for another one here. He's got to unlace that leg and show behind.
They're going to show 2
here.
They
show 2. They got nothing. What's going on the other side?
White paddle, so gave him nothing there. Oh, got to be careful. They're going to say out of bounds.
So they're going to go one red confirmed. Is it going to be a step out?
They throw the challenge towel.
And now they throw the Angry Bird.
They're just throwing everything available onto the mat. There's going to be a cell phone on the mat here soon, I got a feeling. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how this is gonna play out for David. He got a little ambitious looking for the big throw there on top. He didn't get the takedown. Of course, you got to get that third supporting part, that point down. Ascui did a nice job maintaining that tripod position. And look at David's like, there it was. But I don't know. I wish I was looking at the ginormous replay screen. And then he looks for that 4. And I don't know what you call there. And will they show it again?
So now it looks like they got 2 red. So
well, then why are they getting their challenge? Why are they getting their Angry Bird back?
I have no idea. But it's 4-0. David Taylor, 2:05 to go in the in the first period, and he scored twice.
So a minute 50 to go here, and it's been all DT so far. Nice snap.
And I tell you, just like I said before, that last flurry, what he does with his hands and the way he moves people with your ties, elbows, inside ties, wrists, on the head, he's going to continue to move his hands, and he can continue to try to move you and set up the shots with his hands.
Constant motion. That's how he got that go behind us. Looks like they're going to warn Ascui for passivity. He needs to pick out, and that's Ascui's a nice shot there
from the outside. Caught a leg, and he's going to try to dump him across. Good whizzer by Ascui. Dave tries to step all the way over, and he gets a leg in. Man, that's a magic trick right there. That's where he got that name. Leg in on the right side, and he's going to go straight to the trap. Oh, God, just lost it. But that was awesome setup.
Nearly had it, and we're continuing to see him. And we've seen him throw that boot in from that wizard seatbelt
several times.
So many times. He and Logan Steve are both masters of that. And
something they told me not to do when I first, don't step over a hip.
Yeah, but
I'm breaking all the rules, bro. Yeah. And now he sees Stewie in on the leg, gets in deep. Taylor over the top. David's good here. He's gone angles.
Oh my goodness.
And speaking of magic tricks, how are they going to do that 2-2?
Big points coming
here. They're going to go now he's hurt or tired, or he's just laying on his back for a second. What are they going to say here, though?
And that was a flurry. This is when I'm glad I'm not an official, because that flurry, 6-6, just like that. Holy smoke. So we got a tie match, and Ascui will have the lead.
6-6 on the board.
With the bigger move or last score, take your pick. I don't know. But he's got criteria right now. But man,
we're going to
still
see
only
more
the first
scoring,
period.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah, we got 12 points in the first period. We're going to see some more.
15 to go. Taylor and Ascui knotted at 6, and they are putting on a show for us. And that's for dang sure.
And Taylor showing, his willingness to scramble when a guy gets on. He dives over, attacking the ankles, looking slide by there. His time runs out in the first 6-6, and you wonder if David's going to think, maybe I'll be a little more careful. Maybe I'm going to turn down and give up that takedown because Ascui can scramble with me, and that's maybe the takeaway there from that exchange.
Yeah, I thought he was going to score that.
I did too. When he stopped the initial finish, when he dives over and got his legs on the mat right here, I thought he was going to score, but he did, and he got Casey Cunningham, Bill Zadek in the corner for David Taylor,
Penn
for
State,
Cunningham. Cunningham is the assistant coach at Penn State. Nittany Line Wrestling Club.
3 minutes on the clock. Taylor and Ascui going to do it. Knotted at 6. I just thought David was going to attack right there.
I did too.
He did.
He's so rangy, long arms, can really attack from anywhere. He's 10.
Some
USA chants start. I'm sure you're back home chanting USA as Taylor fires off another attack. 2:20 to go here. Still 6-6. And if Ascui gets hit for passivity again, he will go on the shot clock.
And just like that, he attacks, so he's in on the leg near the edge, and he's going to take David Taylor out of bounds, and he's going to score a point.
I think Taylor happy to give up that
other
step
than
out
the
there.
2.
There, right in on the double.
Attacks, and he's going to get 4. They're going to confirm it. They got 2 over here.
4 confirmed.
And they confirmed 4, so Taylor up 10-7, just like that.
Wow.
And I tell you, when it's urgent, and he's got the arm trap now,
There's
he's going to take over again for 2. Another 2 for Taylor. It's going to be 12-7, just like that.
Wow. And I am, I'm surprised to see that double leg confirmed for 4. But man,
I'll take it.
What? Yeah, if you're rooting for Team USA, like probably many of you are, you're feeling good. David Taylor up 5. But he was up 6 earlier, and just like that, in about a 10-second flurry, Elastigue tied it up. So the big move potential of Elastigue cannot be discounted at this point. There's a single leg from Elastigue. Now
going to look to try to get a go behind here. Could now you try to pick. Oh, snaps him on the head. Circles behind another takedown. Taylor's up by 7. Minute 23 to go in the bout, and he is cruising here in the second period.
Looking great there. So good at using pressure and releasing the pressure and working the angles. And, I think one thing that's often underrated about Taylor is his strength. He kind of gets boxed in and marginalized as this super technical guy. This guy is strong, and he uses his leverage and horsepower super effectively, and that's why he's got a 7-point lead on the guy that's ranked 3rd on earth. A minute 4 to go.
David Taylor pressing forward, takes Elastigue towards the edge. Elastigue fires off an attack, gets in. Taylor's tough here. Could Taylor lock up a cradle?
He's got it.
He's got it. Taylor's going to take him through. We're going to go 2, and Taylor's going to look for the fall. He's not going to get it, but it should be 16-7. All of a sudden, David Taylor's up by 9.
Wow, and a turn here. It looks like Trapper. No, he's got a reinforced arm bar.
Bar and a half.
Bar and a half. And there's 2 more.
Tech fall. David Taylor. Just like that. Oh, he's fired up.
And David Taylor, maybe the biggest win I don't know if it's the biggest win of his career, but this is the most credentialed guy David Taylor has ever beaten, a 4-time world and Olympic medalist, and it's David Taylor by technical fall. And you can hear, I've got the Magic in me playing in the background. Woo! An homage to David Taylor, a.k.a. the Magic Man.
Great job by Taylor.
What a match. Great job.
Look at, he wants
Taylor's
that crowd to get fired up. Woo! Taylor, gang. Taylor, gang.
Wow. So we got one more. 2. Just kidding. Herbert Salas.
Don't you forget about this one, buddy.
Come on.
This is the one I've been waiting for. This is the one that I've wanted to see. Obviously, we want to see them all, but it's the one I've been most excited about.
We're going to have Herbert versus Salas. The rematch or the 3 match, I don't know. They wrestled a couple times.
Free match, I like it.
Yeah,
it's not a rubber match.
I don't know if I made that up, but
you did.
I will unabashedly take credit for it, whether I invented it or not. I don't care. And we're gonna see the mullet. Joe Dirt meets the Incredible Hulk as Mark Bader has coined, and I will unabashedly steal that.
You just admitted that I made it up, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'll use it in conversation, and people think I'm hilarious.
Well, you are hilarious. Excuse me. I can't talk about how awesome this event is, and if you ever have the chance, whether it's next year or I would figure we're going to do this till forever.
Kingdom Come.
As long as Mike Novogratz is involved, and it is a fantastic, star-studded event that's just like no other wrestling event anywhere ever in the history of man, except for the other Beat the Streets.
Exactly right. And for me, this is a bucket list event. I said it a couple of times. This is one I've always wanted to attend. Not only do I get to attend, I get to sit next to my buddy Mark Bader right here, Matt Side, calling some of the best wrestlers on earth.
I would call us co-workers. I don't know if we're buddies.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's keep it professional. Let's keep it professional. Thank you.
I love you, Christian.
De los luchadores de Cuba, esta
you have a tissue? I need to get a good cry on now.
Best match so far.
Oh, shoot.
I said the one we just saw.
I don't know.
What else you got? You got another one in mind?
Metcalf's was really good. I thought that one was really good. Back and forth. I was super... I don't know if it was the best match, but just watching Snyder was awesome for me. But I think you're probably right. The DT one is probably the one we're going to look back and we're going to remember as they announced Jake Herbert. As you see Renier Salas Perez in your screen. Of course, world silver last year.
Look at that. Smacking himself.
Oh, there
Jake
he is.
Herbert, the best pair in self-proclaimed the best hair in wrestling, and the return of the double knee pad. Was he, I don't think he was wearing.
Huh?
Was he wearing knee pads at the US Open?
He's pretty much always double knee pad.
Okay, yeah, maybe he was.
He and Nick,
Since the third
Nick
grade.
Simmons, some of the best double knee pad wrestlers of all time.
He's also a double leg ninja. Jake Herbert in the red.
Except he only shoots really single legs. He rarely shoots doubles.
But he's got him in his bucket. Rene Salas Perez in the blue. Jake gets that crazy look in his eye when he gets out on the mat. He's such a fun, charismatic, easygoing guy. Like, never serious. But when he gets on the mat, man, that just changes. He turns into...
all business.
All business, yeah. He gets very serious.
And in their previous meetings, Herbert's gotten to the legs. It's the defense of Salas and his counters. He didn't have an answer for him, but that was 5 years ago, okay? These guys are both completely different wrestlers. And it's hard to believe that these guys, I mean, they've been, wow, there's a double right away. Oh, and what are we going to have? 4 confirmed. Just like that, and you see the power of Salas Perez.
Somebody just got a broken camera over there in the front row, too.
Yeah. Again, no zoom necessary on that shot.
That was a very impressive double.
And so he strikes first.
Strikes big, does Salas.
And we'll see how Herbert adjusts as he fires off a double.
Attack of his own. Salas defends. Now Jake comes back door. This is his favorite position. Salas going to try to take him over. Jake, great job keeping his hips parallel to the ground. Needs to pop his head here.
And now he's looking to come up.
Oh, where can he go here? He catches that far ankle. We're at a far ankle, double far ankle scramble.
Kind of a 50-50 position, really.
And the crazy wrestling going on here. Nothing but a great flurry between these two. I'll give it a hand.
Tremendous scramble there. Great counters. Jake really was in pretty bad position off the initial shot, but was able to wind up in a position where he nearly was able to score, but again, we're seeing the defense of Perez so tremendous.
Weird just to get his hand over the top of his head. Now he lets go to Salas, and he's controlling wrists. 4-0. Salas leading Herbert. Minute 26 to go in the first period. Gotta imagine Jake's gonna cut that main off before the World Championships because some of those Eastern Bloc countries will grab the snot out of it.
He's going to have a handful of it. And a minute to go here. We'll see if Herbert's able to get another attack off.
1 minute left in the first. Herbert attacks. He gets that single leg again, but Kristen, you said this was the difference before. Salas steps over the top. He's going to try to lift Herbert. Jake gets himself flat to the mat.
And yet,
we're going to get a pause here. We're going to get a stalemate.
And normally, you know, I think that's intelligent wrestling from Herbert. He knows where he's good, and he knows where, hey, this is where he wants to be, so I'm just going to get stalemate and get another opportunity, try to finish the next time. But he's getting to that single leg. We knew he would, but so far coming up empty-handed on the finishes. Meanwhile, 1 shot for Salas, and he executed big time with a 4-point takedown.
From space. I mean, he just ran straight through it. And Herbert been in on the legs a couple times, but as you alluded to, oh, wow, it pounced on the outside. Herbert takes him through. They're going to go 2 blue because he attacked. We got 2 red. What do we have over here? He's going to go 2 and 2.
The chairman needs to raise something there, finally raises.
2 and 1.
And we've got Angry Birds all over the place.
Birds are a-flying.
So we'll see what they determine. And Andy Rovat advocating for 2 and 2. And the question is on this, did Jake change the direction? Okay, and that's one of the things. Did he stop it? Did he change the direction? That's some of the things they'll look for on this challenge, and we'll see what the determination will be.
Seemed to almost fly. It's like he flew, feet left the mat and he dove. Just from nowhere. I could see 2 and 2.
Yeah. Oh wow, but here we go. 6-1 going to be the
2 and 1.
And
no,
the ref needs to wait till there's no time on the clock right now. And that was a great shot from Salas there.
I mean,
it was like he literally
like a
his entire body left the ground.
That's what I mean. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Yeah. So they're going to do it 6-1.
Second period here. underway. So over tie there for Herbert.
2:35 to go second period. So the video review seemed to be the break between periods.
Yeah, I guess they utilized their time there. Another
From the
shot.
outside, Jake continues on both legs. He comes to one now. He isolates it. Salas over the top, has Herbert's ankle, has Jake flattened out. Almost circled behind. Jake able to lock on the leg, and they're both going to hang out right here. Put him back on the feet. 2:02 to go in the bout. 6-1. Salas leads Herbert.
If you're Herbert, you just got to shake it off, keep shooting there. Fire off another attack.
Taylor Swift comes on, and Christian gets all excited.
So now it's 2-5, inexplicably. Salas somehow lost a point, and Herbert gained a point. So that's a,
that changes things quite a bit.
Quite a bit. So now 2 takedowns. Herbert's in the lead, or a 4-pointer.
The thing is, Herbert's yet to be able to score a takedown. Salas is really good. And Ed Ruth, of course, had this crazy match with Salas at the World Cup, and now we see Jake fires up another shot, and Salas just content to just defend him, shake it off and defend the shots.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate, Vader. So minute 22 to go,
and Jake will continue to attack. I would imagine.
And as we try to sort through this 86-kilogram bracket in the United States, we've got Ed Ruth, who beat Salas at the World Cup in a wild match. It was like
23-12 or something.
He ultimately won by technical fall. There were 35 points scored. And as you can see, Herbert's not scoring those kind of points.
Different styles,
Salas,
totally different styles. And
styles do make
1 minute to go, 55. Jake fires off an attack again. Salas is going to get one for the push out, I believe. So now will be 6-2.
So Salas with 2 push outs and a 4-pointer. Herbert with that 2-point exposure off the counter off Perez's attack. Herbert continuing to press the pace.
Oh, looking for an inside trip with Salas. Jake was privy to it. And now he's going to go single leg again, back to the left side. Salas turns that hip completely down, stares at the clock, 25 to go. Salas doing a great job with his defense. That's a weird reach on the inside. And Herbert attacking again. Salas circles behind, does a little Houdini here.
Crazy defense.
And he's going to go 2 more, 8-2 for Salas with 10 seconds to go. Jake's going to keep wrestling. Salas back in on the leg. And Jake's going to look to score late. He's going to get a takedown. Makes the score a little bit closer, but 8-4 will be your final. And, Hernandez Salas Perez of Cuba is your winner here at 86 kilograms.
With 1 match remaining.
And still a problem not yet to be solved by Herbert. Maybe a little bit closer than he had been in the past, but he's getting the legs. Got to sort out those finishes. And kind of like we mentioned with Ramos and Ball and Rodriguez, who's going to give Herbert that kind of a feel? And you just can't replicate the things that Salas Perez does. There's not many people on earth that can do it, much less someone that he practices where he trains. So it's a tough problem. But if there's one thing with Jake Herbert, you can't count him out when you've seen how much he's been able to improve. Now we're coming up to the last match of the evening. Jordan Burroughs going to look to cap this one off. He's going to take on Luis Esteban Quintana Martinez.
Luis Esteban Quintana Martinez. He's got 4 names. And they're giving a hand to the Cuban wrestlers. Coming out and wrestling to beat the streets with 1 match to go. And as we said, it's our 3-time world and Olympic champion, world champion 2011. And really, his international debut in 2011 in May was here,
right here,
at this exact location, on this exact mat, and he won.
Let's meet the
That's what he
wrestlers.
does.
Representing
He's
Cuba,
really good at it.
Luis Quintana
Super good at winning.
Martinez.
And
And
God
representing
bless
the
Jordan
United
Burroughs.
States
He
of
has done
America,
so much for this
Olympic
sport. He's an
champion
ambassador. He's a leader.
And he's a legend, not just in the United States. Anywhere he goes for a wrestling tournament, Burroughs is a rock star. And it's awesome that you know, a wrestler, any wrestler would get that kind of notoriety. But the fact that he's our guy, he's an American, makes it that much sweeter.
Clean shaven.
Yeah,
he's
where's
up
the
on
beard?
the stage. He's not a boy anymore. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 this summer.
And he said, I interviewed him yesterday, he wants to throw. He says, this one thing I've never gotten to do. He's like, I've gotten 4-pointers before, but only off my double. He's like, I want to hit a throw. So we'll see if he was serious or he was just kind of joking around there.
And his opponent gets warned for grabbing the fingers. Burroughs
with some fresh kicks on, too.
looking good.
Nice
Snaps
snap.
it down, controls the inside tie on the left while he clubbed that right hand, and his opponent just holding on to his arms. But that's all he's doing, just grabbing the arm and squeezing.
And you can tell he wants to stay really low against Burroughs.
That's probably the right thing to do.
It's probably smart, but there's not a double.
I mean,
Burroughs
he's
can't do.
just literally getting to a position of freezing
Yeah.
like this.
And
that's already his first passive call, 20, 30, 39 seconds in.
That was great subtraction.
Shush.
And man, they're going.
And he was finger interlocking several times.
Yeah. So they want to see him open up a little bit. Don't try to slow. I mean, it's easy for me to say, you know, yeah, open up, wrestle Jordan Burroughs.
Because you want Burroughs to train right.
Yeah. You know, he's in many ways an unsolvable problem to many. You know, he's lost 2 matches in there.
Really, just create action. It's usually good for him. Whether he's shooting, whether he's defending, whether he's moving a guy in his tie. It's when they're stagnant and stiff. That's when it's tougher on Burroughs. I think we're going to have a 30-second shot clock against Luis Esteban Quintana Martinez.
Wow. That was rapid fire, Vader.
And they go interlocking of the fingers right away again.
Ooh.
Burroughs hard stab to the mat. Tries to get an angle. Tries to go one way and the other. 15 halfway through the shot clock. Burroughs keeping great position. And he's got a front head position here, underhook on the right side. And he peeks at the clock, sees that the shot clock hits 30 seconds, and it will be 1 point Burroughs. And really, he hasn't had the opportunity to fire off any shots. Single leg, double leg.
You can tell this guy's, wow, get to that
Now
single.
there's the first one, and that's what happens. It creates action. He didn't score in the first one. He hasn't scored yet, but he's in position. He's on a single leg. He's around the corner. A whizzer by Martinez is holding him in there. Jordan shelving that leg, slowly trying to work up. Martinez, shallow whizzer. Jordan catches around, and he's going to get a takedown. He's got a low gut here. Can he turn him with 35 to go?
So it finally breaks through, gets some, actual offensive points now. Extending his lead 4-0.
Put him back up on the feet. 25 seconds to go. Period number 1.
Get off. Back up.
On the head. Love tap. Tries to get that angle again. He'll come in, hand on the head, and sweep to the leg. Nice snap, Jordan.
Oh, just runs him
run
over.
right through him. I don't know. And he's got a trapped arm.
And he's able to free it in the last couple seconds there. Man, he ran right through. It was
like a chest in the head.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm just going to create all this force, and you're going to fall backwards because I'm that strong.
Because that's physics.
Powerful. That's physics. Neil deGrasse Tyson could probably explain in more intimate detail what just happened than I can right now.
I hope he's here. I really want to hear from that guy again.
Yeah, no kidding. So
3 minutes of action left.
So yeah, 3 minutes to go. Burroughs in position, doing what he does, dominating every aspect of this match. to avoid the technical fall for Esteban, that would be an accomplishment in and of itself, the way Burroughs is looking right now. And these two in the stare down, Burroughs got right up in his grill, had a fist up like Money with Mayweather or something. It was, and then as soon as they were stopped, they kind of laughed and hugged for a moment. But it was a tense moment for a little bit there as we're underway here in the second. There's a shot. Quintana trying to improve that single.
Burroughs gonna go into him, I thought. Quintana actually in position here. Burroughs doing almost
full
the splits. Takes the hand off of the far hip, controlling that hand. And I mean, he could give up a takedown, no problem. He comes into Willie Saylor's computer.
Yeah, that's a new one. Don't break it, Jordan.
Right. So Burroughs gets pushed out of bounds, gives up a point. It's 6-1. He leads with 2:15 to go in the bout.
They're going to break up that finger fight once more.
It'll happen again. Down to 2 minutes now, and you just see Martinez trying to cling on to Burroughs. Burroughs catches the knee. Drives right through it. Another takedown for Burroughs, making 8-1. Trying to go with the high gut. Drives one way, the other way. He's going to take him through. Jordan Burroughs, 1 point from the tech. 1 point away from the tech ball. He leads 10-1. Minute 45 to go.
And that gut wrench, something he's been working on. He's actually been training with Greco world medalist Andy Bizek, working on his parterre offense and defense. And you see the fruits of that labor paying off there as he gets taken off that gut. There's
Fires
another
off
shot.
an attack. Now Martinez in on the leg. Burroughs, nice job. Sprawls back, defends the shot successfully. Minute and a half to go. And he's 1 point from ending this thing. I thought he was going to try to push him out. What if he throws him, Christian? I'll lose my mind.
Yeah, I will
and
too.
He's not going to throw him. He's going to put him to his back. And Burroughs going to pick up the fall. Jordan Burroughs picks up the fall. Wins this one in dramatic fashion. Tech and deck, I like to call.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fall. Jordan Burroughs takes
and
the
Christian
finish.
Piles with the camera out. Going to get a sweet photo of the hand being raised. Get it up in the air.
For the United States Olympic champion, Jordan Burroughs.
He is the man for a reason. Very impressed, as always, with Jordan Burroughs, and he is just money.
On another level, and he continues to show why he's one of the best in the world, and
one of, if not the, at any weight.
And in my opinion, the best. And you see not just the offense, you see the defense, and you see the variety of his scores and how many different ways he's able to score. Just what a way to cap off an incredible night of wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah, and the whole event was fantastic, and the weather held off like it always does, and couldn't be more excited to be here.
We will say a little prayer. Thank you to the weather gods for not making the rain come down on us, because I thought this could be big trouble. It held off. Things were outstanding. Yeah. And, Jordan Burroughs capped this thing off in style. It's like that's what he does. He's an entertainer.
Yeah, he's the great exclamation point at the end of any wrestling event. And it was just a fantastic event. Everything came together like it always does here. We saw Kyle Snyder notch a huge win. David Taylor beating a 4-time World Olympic medalist, and the United States really represented itself well here, as did the Cubans.
And hats off to the Cubans. How about Bond coming out? And not a lot of people can manhandle Tony Ramos, and that happened today. Could be a different next time it happens, but that's the way it went. Greco matches. Spencer Mangle got handled a little bit, and the Cubans came out to wrestle, and they did a great job.
They did a great job. So glad that the Cubans were able to come here. Hopefully, this won't be the last time they make the trip to the United States, to Times Square, and I already can't wait for next year's Beat the Streets. I'm already fired up. This is one of the coolest events I've ever been to, just on a personal level, being here, being around all these wrestlers, and getting to see front and center.
I mean, the lights just flashing like crazy. Like I said, sensory overload going on. The wrestling's done, so the rest of the stuff kind of pops into view. But, just the whole, from the press conference yesterday, which was friendly for the most part.
Yeah.
And, I walked from the press conference to my hotel this way, and we saw a bunch of Cubans right here milling around just before the mat was up, and you can tell they're just excited to be here, and they're happy to have a chance to experience Times Square, which is pretty freaking amazing.
And ultimately, we're here for Beat the Streets, and the work that it does for young underprivileged kids. And if you still have an opportunity, I'm sure it's not too late to give. Text number 313131. What's the hashtag, Bader?
Hashtag BTSNY. Get out, support the cause, because they help these young men and women grow up to be successful in life, which is really what it's all about. So that looks like it's about it. They're tearing the stage down. Everybody's getting out of here. We're going to go put these videos up. But don't forget, next weekend we're in Akron for University and Cadet Nationals.
Yes.
The weekend after, Greco-Roman World Team Trials coming at you live from Ithaca, New York. And then just 1 week later, the men's and women's freestyle live from Madison, Wisconsin, their World Team Trials. Thanks so much for being here from Times Square. For Christian Piles, I'm Mark Bader. We'll see you soon.